September, the banshee cry when someone dies, sleeping in silence while I am dreaming. It's all in my mind, the beauty I find. Lost, I see the rose, I see the glory in your eyes. And winter comes and then it snows, I see the glory in your eyes. I'm feeling lost, I see the rose, I see the glory in your eyes. And winter comes and then it snows, I see the glory in your eyes, in your eyes, in your eyes, in your eyes, in your
皆さんこんにちは。
Hello, everyone. I'm Yoshiaki Koizumi from Nintendo. In this Nintendo Direct for E3 2019, we'll showcase a variety of games, many of them coming soon. But before we dig into the next game, there is someone I'd like to introduce first. What? What are you doing here?
Wait a minute. There's been a bit of a mix-up. You're not the right Bowser. Sorry, but I'm the right Bowser for this presentation.
Not this way.
No, this way.
Bye-bye.
Maybe next time.
Are you related?
No, but we get that a lot.
Well, let's get back to it. Please, take it away.
Hi, everyone. I'm Doug Bowser from Nintendo of America, and I'm thrilled to join you for today's Nintendo Direct. This is our chance to show the world we have games for every type of player on Nintendo Switch. Whether you love action, RPGs, or you're just looking for something new, we've got you covered.
Okay, so let's get a look at one of those games by taking a tour of Luigi's Mansion 3.
Hello? Mario.
Luigi's invited to a gorgeous hotel with Mario, Peach, and the others. Oh, lucky him. Luigi's Mansion 3. This hotel is much more than meets the eye, for not long after Luigi arrives, things take a dark turn. We begin our tour by taking in some sights and sounds. You may never leave. You want to leave. The other guests certainly don't plan to move on. They're ghosts after all, and they're rather aggressive. Simply scare them with the strobe bulb, then suck them up. Luigi's new Poltergust G00 has the powerful suction capabilities required and other new features as well. First, the slam. While trapping a ghost, slam it on the ground to inflict some damage. It helps to get other ghosts in on the action. Next, the suction shot. Fire the plunger to attach it to something, then pull the string and you can destroy furniture and more. It's effective against certain ghost types too. Sometimes ghosts may feel inclined to gang up on you. In such situations, a burst should do. The powerful air pressure released will blow away ghosts, and it's perfect for when you need a little air. We simply can't overlook the latest invention from Professor Egad, namely Gooigi. Change between Luigi and Gooigi to use both their skills. Gooigi can do everything from slipping through metal fences to walking on spikes. Indeed, there are obstacles too great for Luigi to handle on his own. And if you pass a Joy-Con controller to a friend, he makes for a great co-op partner. But proceed with caution. Gooigi and water definitely don't mix. Now please direct your attention to the Scare Scraper. Spooky? Sure. Yet it also houses up to 8 players for local or online co-op gameplay. Defeat all... What a place to wake up in. A haunted hotel with floor after floor. The Luigi. Their fate rests in your hands. Luigi's Mansion 3.
So that was Luigi's Mansion 3, the latest game in a series that I personally love. And we can look forward to seeing some of the new gameplay elements that await in this strange hotel as we dive deeper into this title on Nintendo Treehouse live at E3 2019. We'll be streaming content, some you've never seen before, right from the show floor, including live gameplay of Super Mario including live gameplay of Super Mario including live gameplay of Super Mario including live gameplay of Super
What have they done? Avarice unchecked for an age. Evil takes root. Darkness spreads. Strong and brave. Strength and bravery alone will not save Thra. No! Unlock your true potential. Unite as one! Only together can you defeat what is to come. Heroes of Thra.
Action RPG Trials of Mana is getting a global release on Nintendo Switch. Set destiny in motion with the power of mana. Trials of Mana.
woman with ashen hair. Seen her?
Witcher, I was hoping you'd come.
Let's all agree to meet back at the monastery exactly 5 years from today.
Like a class reunion?
You will come, won't you? Years ago, we fought here as classmates.
As big class reunions go, this one's gotta be the worst in history. What should we do, Teach?
Kill every last one of them!
Still, we have no choice but to eliminate those who cling to unreasonable ideas of justice.
Someone must put a stop to this cycle of the strong trampling the weak.
So the Fellstar consumes even the darkness itself.
Yet we have the strength to scale the walls between us, to reach out our hands in friendship so we can open our true hearts to one another. That's how we win!
My teacher.
Both sides of time are revealed to you. What shall you do? How lovely it would be for this moment to last forever. For this moment.
This is perfect, right?
No lights?
No lights. Hey, we're there.
Okay, let's do this.
Resident Evil.
Can you open it?
Try. See what's through there.
Damn.
Did it just eat him? It's gonna come back. Okay. Did I get it? I got it. Oh, I knew it. Whoa.
Resident Evil.
Playing a Resident Evil game in a place like that might not be my way to play, but I bet you could find your way to play, don't you think? For now, please take a look.
Was today the 4th of July? If not, is the Empire striking back or what? Looks like things are gonna get weird today. Hey, she! can see, things got all funky real quick. There's probably some planet-eating type dude waiting for me up ahead. All yoked and powerful and trying to take over the world or something. But don't you worry. A hero descends. What? There are no heroes in this world? Oh, but there totally are. My name is Travis Touchdown. I'm the last hero around, here to save the world. I'm also just a passing assassin. Now let's do this. Start the game.
Welcome back, Travis, to the Garden of Madness.
This is Kaiser. He led an elite team of Contras during the war. Hungry Beast! HB is actually a cyborg. I love him so much. This is Miss Harakiri and her alien gut bucket. They survived by merging together during the alien wars. The gentleman, the sweetest bug you'll ever meet.
You soiled my armor!
Begin the mission.
It's your call, rookie.
The battle's already started?
If you get in our way, we will eliminate you.
A new awakening draws nigh.
Hello, I'm Shinya Takahashi from Nintendo. Earlier this month, we held a Pokemon Direct for the latest games in the series, Pokemon Sword and Pokemon Shield. The developers from Game Freak showcased the new Galar region, the location of your new adventure, and some new Pokemon you'll encounter there. It will be a while until these games launch, so please stay tuned. By the way, in these games, you can use certain functions of the Pokeball Plus accessory, allowing you to take a Pokemon from one of these games out for a stroll through the real world with you. You may not be able to use the device as a game controller, but if you spend some quality time with a favorite Pokemon of yours, then something good might happen. In the Nintendo booth at this year's E3, fans can play Pokemon Sword and Pokemon Shield for the first time anywhere in the world. In this gameplay demo, you can challenge one of the gyms in the Galar region, the one and only Water Gym, where the Water-type gym leader Nessa will be there waiting for you. If you're attending this year's show, I encourage you to experience a battle between Dynamax Pokemon, which is an advanced strategy from this region. Also, immediately after this Nintendo Direct, stay tuned for live gameplay of Pokemon Sword and Pokemon Shield on Nintendo Treehouse Live. And now I'd like to shift gears. Please have a look at this.
I've been waiting for you. As you know, Earth is currently under extra-dimensional attack. Chimeras, like the ones you've just seen for the first time. At this rate, all of humankind will be pulled into the Chimera's dimension. We're facing down the end of the world. Through blood, sweat, and years of research, we finally made it. The ultimate counter-chimeric weapon. By neurologically syncing captured chimeras with human operators, we established control and made powerful allies. I'm referring, of course, to the Legions.
I'll give you some parting advice. Your power, it's not the blessing you think it is.
When a Legionis and a Legion are perfectly synchronized, it's like they're two parts of one body.
No use! The override release isn't going through!
That's impossible!
And when half of that body is about to die, the Legion's survival instincts kick in to save it.
No way! There's no way! What good could this possibly be?
It's a long shot, but it's the only shot we have. It's all up to you, my friend.
A blessing from the Legion. Or maybe I should say, a curse.
We can't turn back now.
I've gotta know the whole truth. He's still alive out there. I know he is.
Death by our hands is not an honor they have earned. They deserve something much worse.
Even with this stone at my command, this may not be a battle we can win.
Whatever's happening, we can beat it. Keep fighting.
Jump in anytime now, darlings.
They will pay for what they've done. In blood.
All hope is fleeting in the face of Thanos.
So, what do you think so far? Now for some follow-up information on a game that fans have been waiting for. Please take a look.
Your attention, please. The Nook Inc. Getaway Package charter flight will soon be arriving at the deserted island.
Originally, we announced this title as a 2019 release. However, we need to change its release date to March 20th of 2020. To ensure that the game is the best it can be, we must ask you to wait a little longer than we thought. We hope you look forward to the latest installment of Animal Crossing. On Nintendo Treehouse Live, the game's producer, Mr. Nogami, and the director, Ms. Kyogoku, will come on for a live demonstration of some early moments in the game, so please stick around until it starts. By the way, there are many different types of games coming to Nintendo Switch from Nintendo and our partners. So, we've prepared a highlight reel to show you what's in store for 2019 and beyond. Let's have a look.
That obviously wasn't Duck Hunt Silhouette, was it? Please stay tuned for more information about DLC in the future. As for Nintendo Switch, we have more games in development beyond what we've shown you today. I'm looking forward to the day we can introduce them to you. Speaking of, before we end this direct, I actually have one more thing to show you. Thank you very much for watching. Until next time.
진짜 잘 Сейчас бы кваса ядреного.
Hey, good morning, everybody, and welcome to E3 2019. I'm Doug Bowser from Nintendo of America, and he is Bill Trinan from Nintendo Treehouse. We're here at the Nintendo booth. We're going to spend a couple minutes talking about what we just saw in that Nintendo Direct, and we're going to give you a sneak peek of the booth. So, Bill, I don't know about you, but I think there's a lot of folks out there that are pretty excited about what they just saw.
Well, Doug, I think it goes without question that I, myself, am a huge fan of the Legend of Zelda series. Like a lot of people, I put a lot of time into the Breath of the Wild. So, personally, I am incredibly excited that we're not getting a new DLC. We are getting a full sequel, a brand new game in development for Nintendo Switch. So hopefully everyone out there is excited as well. Certainly if you're a Zelda fan, there's a lot to like in this Nintendo Direct. A lot of other things as well. Lots of games for lots of players, from Dragon Quest XI-S to even things like Panzer Dragoon, the Dark Crystal, Astral Chain looking great. Was there anything in the Direct that stood out to you?
For me personally, I'm looking forward to Luigi's Mansion 3. I'm a huge fan of the series, and I look forward to being able to walk through the various levels of this spooky hotel with my sidekick, Gooigi. And the thing I'm actually really looking forward to is the new Poltergust and its updated capabilities, including the slam move. It's gonna be a lot of fun, killing ghosts with ghosts.
That's right.
And
it feels really good too.
Yeah, I have a feeling this game's gonna suck up a little bit of my time.
You just did that, didn't you?
That was a dad joke, sorry. You know, one other thing I'm really excited about is what we got on the floor here, and that is Pokemon Sword and Pokemon Shield.
That's right. I think this year is probably the most space we've ever dedicated in our booth to a Pokemon game. The booth looks fantastic. I think we're going to go ahead and give you a quick sneak peek of that. It's themed on the water gym, and what we've done is we have recreated the Gym Leader Battle Arena. So everybody here at E3 is going to get a chance to play Pokemon Sword and Pokemon Shield in the environment of the Gym Leader Battle Arena, and I think that's going to be really great for them. But we have something special for everybody watching live. Our very first segment on Nintendo Treehouse Live this year at E3 is going to be Pokemon Sword and Pokemon Shield, and we're going to give people a look at a much bigger part of that game. And I think that the team is almost ready, so I'm going to head over there in just a second, and we're going to get that kicked off.
Fantastic.
So
great.
Thank you everybody for watching, and stay tuned for some Treehouse Live coming up right away.
Great. Thanks everyone for viewing. Make sure you tune in next for Treehouse Live, and tune in for the next 3 days to Treehouse Live. We'll have discussions with developers about the games that they're building. We'll give you some sneak peeks at some first play, and we really look forward to giving you a chance to see everything that we have to offer at E3 this year. Thank you very much.
Hi everyone, welcome to Nintendo Treehouse Live 2019. My name is Teresa, and we're here to kick off to the first view of live gameplay of Pokemon Sword and Pokemon Shield. I'm here with our very, very special guests, Mr. Masuda, who is the game producer, Mr. Omori, who is the game director, and they're accompanied by David from the Pokemon Company. Thank you very much. They also have little cameo appearances of Scorbunny, Gurky, and Sobble. They're super, super cute. And then I'm also accompanied by Terry and Bill, who just cartwheeled into our segment over here. All right, so to kick things off, there was a lot of announcements from the Pokemon Direct last week, and then there was some more information that came out this morning. Mr. Masuda, Mr. Omori, do you have anything to add to that information?
先日の任天堂ダイレクトもそうなんですけども、先ほどの先ほどの任天堂ダイレクト、あと先日のポケモンダイレクトでいろいろ新情報が出たと思うんですけれども、なんか追加で話しいただけることありますでしょうか。
そうです。まず本作の大きな特徴の一つであるダイマックス、そして伝説のポケモンをご紹介することができたので、多くの皆さんがソードシールドの魅力をまず少し知ってもらえたかなと思ってます。
So we're really happy to finally be able to reveal one of the big features of the game called Dynamax, as well as the legendary Pokemon. And I think that's really getting a lot of the fans out there excited for the games.
Yeah, I'm actually really, really excited. I think we're going to get a sneak peek to that element. But Bill, do you have anything else to add?
That's right. I think today was anything you can share about what we're going to be showing on Treehouse Live for everybody watching at home?
本日のこのツリーハウスライブでどういったことを見せることになるんでしょうか。
そうですね。先ほどのダイレクトで水タイプのジムの挑戦というところと、あとジムリーダーのルリナーについて公開しました。で今回のツリーハウスライブではワイルドエリアとマックスレイドバトルについて実際にプレイして紹介したいなと思います。
So in the direct we just saw, we revealed the water type gym and the gym challenge and the gym leader Nessa. But in today's Treehouse Live, I want to demonstrate via actual live gameplay the wild area as well as some max raid battle gameplay.
That's right, and the wild area is something that's brand new for the Pokemon games. We have not had an area like this. Can you maybe give people just a little bit of information about what it is?
そうですね。今回ワイルドエリア、こういうなんていうんですか、エリアっていうのは多分ポケモンシリーズでも初めてのことだと思うんですけれども、もうちょっと詳しく教えてもらえますでしょうか。
そうですね。このワイルドエリアなんですけども、最も多くの種類のポケモンが生息してまして、天候によっても出現するポケモンが変わる今までのポケットモンスターシリーズでは存在しなかったような広大なエリアともなってます。
So this is really kind of the first time that we've had such a huge, wide open area in the Pokemon main series RPGs, and you'll, in the wild area, really find the widest variety of wild Pokemon out of any area in the games, and it also changes the Pokemon you can encounter depending on the weather conditions and where you go and the time of day.
あとその町と町をつないでいる中にも何回もここに訪れることになります。あとちょっと見ていただいて分かる通りカメラを自由に動かすことができるので、これによって落ちているアイテムであったり空を飛んでいるポケモンを探すこともできます。
And the wild area spans across multiple towns, so your adventure will take you back to this the wild area multiple times. And as you can see on screen here, you can control the camera freely in this area to better find hidden items that are lying about, and also see the Pokemon that are flying above in the sky.
Well, yes, and it looks like we are seeing Pokemon out in the field here, correct?
そうですね。フィールドポケモンがちょっとうろうろしているような感じには見えるんですけれども。
そうですね。ああいったその生き生きと動いているそのシンボルエンカウントと呼んでいるポケモンとのエンカウントと、あと先ほどちょっと出ましたけど、ちょっとびっくりマークが出てくるのがあるんですけども、あれはまたシンボルポケモンではいない新しいポケモンが出るかもしれないというそのランダムのエンカウントのドキドキ感、どちらもその遊べるようになっています。
So yeah, we have the Pokemon wandering about the field. We call them kind of symbol encounters, where you can see the Pokemon before you actually encounter it. But at the same time, you actually see an exclamation mark pop up in the tall grass there, and that kind of simplifies that it's a random encounter, so you don't know which Pokemon you're going to encounter. We wanted to have a mixture of both types of encounters in these games to also let players enjoy that excitement of not knowing what they're going to encounter.
Yeah, that's great. It looks like we've got a lot of different types of Pokemon that appear out here in the wild area as well.
そうですね、ワイルドエリアのこのフィールド上にたくさんいろんな種類のポケモンが出てるようには見えますね。
はい、そうですね。今ちょっとバトルでも見てわかる通り、今回は
звук посмотреть. Вот нормально.
今回の関するバトルで、実際に戦って捕まえることができます。
Yeah, there's definitely a lot of Pokemon to encounter, and of course, as you can see here, the battle system, it's the traditional turn-based battle where you choose moves to defeat the wild Pokemon before you can catch it, or battle against it before you catch it.
ポケモンごとに特性があったり、道具を持たせることもできますので、かなり奥深いバトルというのも体験できるようになっています。
And you'll find that their Pokemon abilities are back, as well as the ability to give them items to hold. So there's definitely a lot of depth to the battle system.
Yeah, certainly I think fans are going to look forward to the depth within that battle system, and they'll be able to enjoy that both within the game as well as in their one-on-one battles as well.
そうですね、そういう深いバトルシステムは多分楽しみにしてるファンもいると思うんですけど、こういう野生ポケモンとのバトルだけではなくて、他のプレイヤーとの通信対戦を通してもできるということですよね。
そうですね、通信で対戦したり、その奥深いバトル、そうですね、待ってる方もいらっしゃると思うんで、そういった方にはすごく満足いただけるようなバトルになっていますね。
Yeah, you can have link battles with other players, and of course, I think there's a lot of fans out there that are looking forward to the kind of this return of the really, in-depth or the deep battle system that we have to, really compete with each other.
あと今雨降ってますけども、雨降ってるんでその水タイプのポケモンが出てます。で、場所によってはその天候が変わったりすることもあって、それで雪が降れば氷タイプが出たりっていう様々なポケモンが天候に合わせて出てきますね。
You can see it's actually raining right now where we're wandering about, and depending on the weather condition, the kind of certain types of Pokemon will appear more frequently. Right now, we'll see more water-type Pokemon, and maybe if it were snowing, you'd see more ice-type Pokemon, for example.
毎日ワイルドエリアは天候が変わったりするので、行くたびに新しい出会いが待ってますので、毎日ワイルドエリアに訪れてほしいなと思います。
And the climate's pretty dynamic, so if you come back a different day, the weather may be completely different. So we really think that players will have.
Че не держит, я не могу понять. Ну, типа, да, плюшевые игрушки. Ну, это как эти маленькие дети. Моя. Сори, даже не отпускают из рук-то. Как взяли и все сидят.
ポケモンは種類によって近づいプレイヤーを見ると近づいてきたり逆に逃げてみたりするポケモンもいます。なかなか
какой-то тух покемон на огурец похож.
捕まえづらかったりするんですけど、口笛を吹くことでこちらに
Metapod.
いろんなポケモンと出会うことができるようになっています。Yeah, the whistle is kind of key to encountering certain types of Pokemon. For example, if they're flying high above, you can't really, encounter them very easily, so you have to attract their attention by whistling at them. But at the same time, like you said, they're kind of different Pokemon react differently. Some might see you whistle and run away, for example, or others may be curious.
А он даже не атакует.
Terry's doing a great job of battling and capturing Pokemon here in the wild area.
Just got that dog.
Expanding the party.
That's right. So I think for today's Treehouse Live segment, we're going to explore this part of the wild area as we kind of head closer to one of the towns in the game. And that should give us a good sense of this one particular part of the wild area.
А их можно, интересно, модернизировать, там скины какие-то разные по них подыскать. Стиль прокачки какой-нибудь. Ну, по-любому должна быть стиль прокачки, если это, как сказать, как он так называется? Ну, если это показывает нам боевку, то должна по-любому быть прокачка. Логично же. Либо то он будет с уровнем отличаться, хотя будет потом интересно. А, типа подзываешь, он Типа, ну типа, бойня будет. Даже типа вот можно.
Yeah, we were actually just, I think Terry was showing the crouching down motion where you can kind of get into the tall grass and quietly approach someone.
Выбор какой-то представляет.
We had talked about how when the weather changes, that specific Pokemon like appear more often. So like right now it's hailing, so there's a different variety.
今氷が降ってるので、ちょっと違うタイプのポケモンがちらほらと、ちょっと見かけられますよね。
ここは今天候が雪。
Не, ну ты не будет прикольно такой играть.
Yeah, since it's snowing right now, we might see a more ice type Pokemon appearing in the field.
And here we have Terry taunting.
Кто? Качок.
Always picking my fights.
Джон Сина. Ту-ту-ру-ту.
Now, of course, you can access the wild area from very early in the game, but as we see here, there are some rather strong Pokemon out there.
結構序盤からワイルドエリアに行けるようになると思うんですけども、結構じゃあここではレベル高いポケモンも出現するということですね。
そうですね。ちょっと奥に行けばやっぱりレベルの高いポケモンって今かなり。
Не, ну для азиатов такая игра будет, скорее всего, полезной, потому что у них кроме аниме там ничего нету. Самурая, фильмов, это такие далее, что Япония связано это все. Но вот покемон они, прям так для них сильно зайдет. Понятное дело, это же их продукт. И они распространяют как бы на благо общества по всему миру. Что типа для фанатов. Ранних мультсериалов. Сейчас какой-то фильм Пикачу. И сейчас это всем зайдет, я думаю.
Yeah, I think there are a lot of fans looking forward to the return of the bike, and it definitely helps you get around this wide area.
ちょうどちょっとビエをダッシュでいきなり加速することもできたり、あとは今水上にそのまま乗れたと思うんですけど、スムーズに水上に入れるんで、こういう広大なエリアをなんでしょうね、自由に冒険することができるようになってます。
Yeah, it really helps you get around the wild area very quickly. You can even hold down the B button to kind of get a little dash move going, so you can get some extra speed. And as you saw, you can just kind of seamlessly transition to going above, on the lake there, kind of riding over the water. So it definitely helps you get around.
This is definitely a bike I wish I had when I was younger.
子供の時にこういう自転車があればよかったな。
できたらすごいスピードで走れますから。
Yeah, definitely get you around quickly.
And then of course we also see that there's certain secrets out in the wild area for players to find.
なんかちょっとなんていうんですか、隠れ的なものもちょっと調べられてる
ですね。ワイルドエリアはいろいろそのキラキラと光ってるアイテムが落ちていたりするので、毎日訪れるとまた
типа даже подводные есть.
Yeah, every time you come back, you find like kind of hidden items in different spots in the wild areas. So it's a lot of fun to walk around and discover them.
And of course, activities to enjoy like fishing.
また釣りも今ちょっとポケモンちょっと釣って。
そうですね。釣りもワイルドエリア
Чё, бойни нет?
できるんですけど、釣りもその一つですね。
Yeah, there's definitely a lot to do in the wild area.
Не в РПГ, это еще лучше даже.
いろんなポケモンに出会えるんで、もう釣ったりいろんなポケモンに出会ったりしてほしいなと思います。
A lot of different ways to encounter.
С погодными условиями это вообще добавляет игре. Там так, бонусы. Типа, красиво, типа. Не, там где-то, когда он стоит, когда он дышит, это как, кинематографично получается. Типа фон за него такой, типа, необычный.
今実はこれ近くで増田さんがそのまま遊んでいるんですけども、その交換をしたいっていうアイコンがここに出てます。
So this is actually Masuda-san playing right next to us. He's playing the Gloria character there, but this stance is signifying that he wants to trade with us.
ここで通信交換とか対戦とかを自由に呼びかけたりして、例えばマックスレイドバトルもここで 呼びかけることができます。
So you can use these stamps to kind of invite people to battle, trade, or even try and get other players to join you in a max raid battle.
グロリア、これ増田さんです。
He's playing Gloria right now.
でワイルドエリアは、まあいろいろなこうプレイヤーが違う目的を持って遊んでたりするんですけども、そういった、プレイヤーが、出会う場所でもありますね。
So there's a lot of different reasons that players will come back to the wild area, but you can kind of encounter them, other players, if you're connected in the wild area, and see them in your game.
ローカル通信であれば、まあ、近くで遊んでいるプレイヤーがそのまま表示されますし、まあ、インターネット通信をすれば世界中のプレイヤーがこのワイルドエリアで一緒に遊ぶことができます。
And this works either via local wireless with other players that are nearby playing at the same time. You can also connect to the internet to kind of play with other players from around the world.
That's right. It looks like now Terry has gotten to the town.
А если можно, типа, еще персонажа создать, то еще будет.
In the background, these red
Еще лучше будет.
Could you guys explain what these are?
ちょっと目的地に街に今到着したんですけど、遠くに赤い光の柱みたいなものがあるんですけど、それって何でしょうか？
そうですね。あれはですね、ポケモンの巣でして、で中に非常に強力な、ダイマックスポケモンがいます。そのパワー、エネルギーが赤い光で出ています。
So those are actually what are called Pokemon dens, and there's a red light emitting from them when there is a Dynamax Pokemon inside. So the red light kind of represents the energy of the Dynamax phenomenon.
光のところに行くとマックスレイドバトルをチャレンジすることができます。
And what that means for the player is that you can go there and encounter that Dynamax Pokemon in a max raid battle.
Well, perhaps we should show what the max raid battle is like.
そうですね。早速じゃあマックスレイドバトルもそうですね。ちょっとやってみたいと思います。はい。
Alright, so as we're prepping up to do said max raid battle, Mr. Mori and Mr. Masuda, could you explain a little bit more to the people watching at home about what the Dynamax feature is?
ちょっとダイナマックスについてもう少し詳しく教えてもらっていいですか？
そうですね。これまでですね、メガシンカーとか Z 技っていう要素があったんですけども、今作ポケモンがパワーアップする新要素として入ったのがこのダイナマックスです。
So Dynamax is actually a new way to power up your Pokemon in these games. It replaces what we've seen previously, for example, Mega Evolution and Z moves.
そうですね、ダイマックスレイドバトルなんですけども、好きな、ポケモンを1匹選んで戦うことができます。で今回はボックスからも1匹選べるので、そこから1匹選んでルカリオを選んで戦ってみようと思います。
And each player participating in the battle can choose one Pokemon from either their party or from the box. So it's important to choose one of your stronger Pokemon since you before you go into the max raid battle.
でも今回1匹なんで途中で交換はできないのでこの1匹大切に戦ってください。
And you only get to choose one, and you can't change during the battle, so you've got to make sure it's a good choice.
So strategy and communication is incredibly key.
Стиликс или Стиликс.
コミュニケーションというのは非常に大切になってくるんですよね。
4人で戦うので、その役割分担と連携がすごい。
По-моему, они говорят, что не то чтобы, ну, сам последний такой будет как босс, но один из боссов таких вот будет, как вот мир Bloodborne, Dark Souls, таких вот. И причем один, наверное, не справится, вот этот Пукеловец или как его там зовут, но один человек. То есть идет какой-то, не знаю, может мультиплеер какой-то, либо сингерплеер, только какие-то боты, но так в сюжете задумано. Мне кажется, скорее всего, онлайн что ли какой-то. Мне кажется, онлайн. Вот это.
I guess we should do roll call. I'm playing Ludicolo, so I'm actually just got hit. And as you can see here, Steelix is doing multiple attacks. Is that fair?
ちょっと今ハガネールが連続で、技をいろいろ出してきたんですけれども、それって結構不公平ですよね。
そうですね。ダイマックスをしている馬、ポケモンは、状況に合わせてやっぱり2回攻撃してきたりとかですね、しますので、油断しないように戦ってほしいなと思います。
So yeah, when you're going up against a Dynamax Pokemon, sometimes they will take multiple moves, so you really kind of can't let your guard down.
自分はトムでウィンディ使ってるけどちょっとでかくなっていいですか
So I'm actually the Tom character here playing Arcanine. Is it okay if I use Dynamax?
Absolutely.
I think we need all the help we can get.
Yes.
ぜひお願いします。
ダイマックスなんですけども、各ターン、プレイヤーは1回しか、できないんですね。で、プレイヤーが順番にダイマックス権利が回ってきます。で、バトル中にどのプレイヤーが、1人しか1回しかダイマックスできないので、このダイマックス、タイミングも非常に重要になっています。
The ability to use Dynamax, it actually rotates between the players each turn, but your team can only use Dynamax once throughout the entire battle. So it's important to kind of identify what the exact right timing is to be able to, exploit its power.
So yeah, obviously a lot of strategy goes into these Dynamax raid battles.
戦略性の高いバトルなんです。
そうですね。で、ダイマックス技を使うと、その効果によって、例えば今、炎の技を出したので、日照りになりましたね。
なりました。
Dynamax, the Pokemon's moves all turn into max moves, which are much more powerful, and they also have these added effects, like you saw a drought was just triggered based off Arcanine's attack.
Yeah, they look really cool too.
見た目もすごいかっこいいですね。
迫力がすごいありますね。
Yeah, definitely, I think it's very impressive.
As we can see, Steelix just put up a barrier around him.
今ちょっとなんかバリアを張ったみたいな。
そうですね。今日照りになったので、ソーラービームが一旦で出せましたね。で、これもまた連携のすごいいい連携だと思います。
バリアの方は
そうですね。で、バリアなんですけども、不思議なバリアというものがダイマックスに貼られてまして、で、今ヒットポイントが減ってくると、そういうバリアが登場します。
So yeah, with the barrier, what happens is once the HP is reduced, it'll put up this kind of barrier that you have to take down before it will actually start taking lots of damage again.
で、この今ゲージが5つあるんですけど、ダメージを与えるごとに1つのゲージが減ってきます。で、攻撃力が低いポケモンでも高いポケモンでも1ゲージずつ減っていくので、この時はもうどんなポケモンでも攻撃してこのバリアを壊していった方がいいですね。
But you can see that there's a couple of different parts to the gauge, and each time you hit it with a damaging attack, at least one of those will be reduced. So even if your Pokemon isn't particularly powerful in the attack department, it can still reduce the gauge by just using a damaging attack.
ダイマックス技だと2ゲージ減らすことができます。
Типа вот этот щит у него вот этот стоит. Не могу пробить.
そうですね、今そんなに威力の高い技を使わなかったんですけど、それでもゲージが減ったということ。
そうですね。で、攻撃力がないポケモンでもこういった場では活躍することができます。
Ну как пошаговая такая. У меня вам есть, только на телефоне Angry Birds.
So yeah, you guys broke them down the barriers, and now you just need to defeat the Pokemon.
We're very close, but one thing that we haven't talked about is that storm that's kind of lurking around Steelix. Could you talk a little bit about that?
なんかちょっと怪しい雲っていうか、その荒い天候というか、なんでしょうか。
あれはもうダイマックスしたポケモンのエネルギーがこう頭上でこう現れている状態。
That's really the kind of the energy of the Dynamax phenomenon, just kind of brewing above their head.
Ну что, добьете или нет?
Probably gonna be able to defeat this one without too much trouble.
攻撃を集中させたり、
Follow you, make
もできます。
Togekiss the center of attention.
お、これで。
Trying to be the Nicely done.
しましたね。
Хотя... Нет, скорее всего не мультиплеер, потому что в мультиплеере как бы должен быть, не знаю, подсвечиваться ники, там не знаю, там, ну что-то должно выделяться, тут ничего не выделяется.
捕まえるチャンスがあるんですけれども、捕まえたら手持ちのポケモンとして
結構加えることができるということでしょうか。あ、そうですね。でこの、ポケモンを倒すと、
В карман такой.
生まれる。で捕まえると、ポケモンをそのまま手持ちにすることができたり、結構実はいいアイテムも手に入ることもできます。
А, уменьшился, хорошо. Вот это сам последний угар, он такой сидит. Даже эту игру туда не упускает из себя. Цепился. Еще, по-моему, какие-то новые покемоны добавили, смотрю. Нет, в том году, по-моему, таких не было еще. Типа, Пикачу уже легенда, да, типа он устарел, нам уже не нужен, да? Мы создадим теперь новую компарацию этих покемонов, что даст нам, не знаю, отдельный заработок, что ли, на новой истории. Типа, ну такого вот. Потому что мне же более таких вот, более знакомых они оставили, только вот таких вот средненьких по силе, ну или сильных таких, но они таких, которые меньше кому встречались. Не, японцы, когда молчат, они прям на таких, на школьников похожи. После вот этот пятиклассник.
So in previous games that worked with the Pokemon Bank service, you were able to, for example, in Sun and Moon, bring over any Pokemon even if they weren't in the Alola Pokedex.
Nintendo Switch まで。Блин, ну ты... Что такое? Они переводчики другие стоят так. Один, один, да. Другой что-то там говорит, этот.
At Game Freak, we really spent a lot of time thinking about what the best way to move forward was.
Think about.
Preserving the quality of all the different Pokemon, while also, taking into account the battle balance of so many different Pokemon available, all within, a limited time. Fans waiting too long for every new entry in the series.
Я надеюсь, он здесь закончится.
And after a lot of discussion, we decided to come to kind of a new direction.
つまりですね、ポケモンホームとソードシールドの間を行き来できるポケモンをガラル図鑑に登場するポケモンに絞ることにしました。
And so what that means for Pokemon Sword and Shield is that players will be able to transfer their Pokemon from Pokemon Home only if they appear in the Galar region Pokedex.
図鑑の舞台に合わせて冒険のごめんなさい。
У меня есть план получше, я ни черта не понимаю, что этот китаец японец говорит. Включим. Наших старых знакомых.
Не надо.
Или подожди. Или нет, у них вот там все закончилось.
Sword and Shield through Pokemon Home, correct? レッツゴーピカチュウ、レッツゴーイーグリでたくさん色違いのポケモンを
わしのтелочка же появилась.
それらのポケモンがガラル図鑑に登場するのであれば、ホームから転送するっていうのがそうですね。ホームを経由して連れてくることができます。Yeah, as long as they're in the Galar region Pokedex, you can transfer them from home. That's great. Well,
そうです。もちろんですね、今作の コドシールド、ガラル地方でもまだ見ぬ新ポケモンを含めてかなりのポケモンが出てきますし、ポケモンのボリューム、ゲームのボリュームとしてもかなりの、満足いただけるようになっています。
Yeah, in the Galar region, you're going to find a lot of Pokemon, including a bunch of Pokemon that no one has discovered yet. So the games are definitely chock full of content.
ガラル図鑑を完成させるのも非常に大変だと思うんですけども、皆さん頑張って集めてほしいなと思います。
And it will be no small feat to complete the Galar region Pokedex, but I do hope the players will give their best to try and catch them all in the region.
Yeah, well, I'm excited to see how the story unfolds and to explore both the region and the wild area. Is there anything else that you want to add before we say goodbye and move on?
非常に今回のゲームのストーリーとかワイルドエリアの探索っていうのを楽しみにしてるんですけれども、ちょっと最後にお二人から視聴者の皆さんの何かお言葉ありますでしょうか。
そうですね、先ほどマックスレイドバトルを4人でやりましたけども、やっぱりやっていてなんか楽しいんですよね。ちょっとなんですかね、今までのポケモンの中ではなかった新しいシステムになってますので、やっぱりこう4人でワイワイ楽しく友達と一緒に遊べるっていう仕組みはすごい皆さんにぜひ体験してもらいたいなと思ってます。
Yeah, for me, it definitely is the max raid battles we just showed off. Playing together with your friends in this kind of cooperative battle feature that we've never had in the Pokemon series before is really just a lot of fun. I hope fans of the series will look forward to being able to try that for the first time.
そうですね、ワイルドエリアでいろんなプレイヤーと一緒に冒険したりするのってすごいやっぱり楽しくてですね、ローカル通信で友達と一緒に遊んだり、インターネット通信を使って世界中のプレイヤーと出会って、そこで対戦や交換を楽しんでもらえたらなと思います。
And even other than the max raid battles, we of course have all the traditional, multiplayer features. You can trade and battle with other players, either nearby with the local wireless or to connect with other trainers from around the world connecting via the internet.
Great. Well, thank you very much for joining us today. Thank you all for watching. What we're going to do is, as we get ready for our next segment here on Nintendo Treehouse Live, we are going to go down to our Luigi's Mansion booth and give you all a sneak peek at what people are going to experience here on the show floor. It's a very, very special booth. So take a quick look at that, and then we will come back in just a few minutes for our very next segment, which I think a lot of people will be looking forward to very much. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
I'm Morgan here with Audrey, and we are.
We're in a haunted hotel.
Yeah. Luigi's
Mansion.
This is not. I mean, we're in the booth, but this is like a fully built out.
Какие-то приколюхи, да?
Sort of where the game Luigi's Mansion 3 takes place.
Yeah, I think it might actually be haunted.
Бывает такое, бывает.
Yeah, so we just wanted you guys to come together look at this. This is where we've got some players in here now, but this is when the booth opens soon. Where fans are going to get in here to play the game.
А Паладинус покажет, нет?
Surrounded by this really cool ambiance.
We've got a spooky fish cauldron, skulls, jack-o'-lanterns,
Ну это Dragon Quest 2 или 3. По-моему, второй, да.
Be careful, watch your step.
Yeah. And we can see up above we've got a lot of atmospheric stuff happening.
All of our Mario friends have been X'd out. That's just not nice.
Марио.
It's a little foreboding.
А, Марио, да, Марио, кстати, не показывали еще.
Be able to hear the music at home, but there's a lot of sort of just sound effects happening. Weird, I don't even know. The kind of sounds you hear in horror movies.
It's intensely ooky, it's true. And every
I just saw
now
a crow fly through the air.
yes. And then every now and then you'll hear Luigi go, Mario.
Spin, Mario.
Have a haunted hotel without a bellman.
Yep. And there's a little there's a shape back up
Yeah.
here. Something hanging from the wall.
We better investigate, because that's what you do in horror themed areas. It's fine. Morgan, why did you get scared like that?
I don't know how to
That's just creepy.
Типа паучок напугал?
Yeah,
Things just happen.
it's fine. Oh, full reception desk, because we're at a hotel again. So, but nobody's here, Morgan. That's kind of strange. Well, it's an abandoned lobby here in this haunted hotel. Nobody needs to worry about any of that.
Spider come down the wall over there.
Yeah, got more bellmen. We've got tons of creepy fog and ghosts all over the place.
You can see over here we've got all the gameplay happening. We've got. Oh! The ghost just flew
there's
by.
a ghost. Keep your eye out, they're all over the place. Yeah, and this really, really captures the atmosphere of Luigi's Mansion 3.
Yeah.
Like, maybe it's a little scarier because you're actually inside of it.
Yeah, I think so. I'm excited to see this place once people get in, because again, we're inside the convention center. It is so, there's so many like blackout curtains or whatever that I do not feel like I'm inside. I feel like I'm in somewhere else completely.
Absolutely. If you're here, we encourage you to come and check this out. If not, we're gonna brave this haunted hotel for you.
I just saw 2 more ghosts run by.
Of course you did.
Somehow midair above us.
That's right, people are going to be able to check out the game here, and of course later on Nintendo Treehouse Live at E3, we're going to get some live gameplay footage of this game as well, so please look forward to that.
Let's head back over here toward these, some of these...
Yeah, beware of ghosts again. I love those sound effects that you hear piping in all over the place. We've got coins, we've got ghoulish laughs.
Yeah, we've got some fog. There's some fog coming in too from like, I don't know where it's coming from.
We don't know where it's coming from, guys.
So let's go back over to these chicks over here. We didn't quite get a good look at all of them. There's a standard issue skull on a I don't know, a platter. This is like a giant, it looks like a stein or a green.
I think it's good, Morgan. I'm sure it's delicious.
Your legs are also glowing.
I know.
There's some sort of lighting effects in here.
This is completely normal. Oh, and there are more ghosts. Everywhere you look, a different ghost is popping up. It's really, really cool.
I think like this is one of those booth experience. People that come to the Nintendo booth, if they come in here, they're not going to forget it. It's
oh no,
really cool.
it really is immersive. You just lose yourself in the game. You're in the game world right now. We've got some cool chandelier action over there.
I haven't seen Luigi yet. I feel like
Not
he could
yet.
just slide through the wall at any moment. But
That would actually be pretty terrifying.
I know.
Oh, and that song, that music.
Yes.
Gotta love that music.
Ooh, all right, well, we're going to see gameplay of this later, but right now we want to take it back to the stage for the first live gameplay of something else completely, something much happier than this. Animal Crossing New Horizons. Don't go anywhere.
See ya.
Bye.
Welcome back to Nintendo Treehouse Live at E3 2019. And what we've got coming up here is something that I think a lot of folks are highly anticipating.
Yes.
This is the world premiere of live gameplay for the newest title in the Animal Crossing series, Animal Crossing New Horizons. We're going to be going into depth on some of the stuff that we saw in the Nintendo Direct, but also showing off some brand new stuff. So before we get too much further, I'm Sam. I'm here with Sam from Treehouse also. But we also have Kyoko-san and Nogami-san from the development team to give us some development insight. Thank you so much for being here. And Noriko also will be translating.
So just to kick us off here, I think fans of the Animal Crossing series who watched the Direct right off the bat noticed that this game was turned into a deserted island, which is quite different from the games that we previously had in the Animal Crossing series. Can you tell us a little bit about why you chose a deserted island as the setting this time?
今回無人島という舞台にしようと思ったのは大きくは2つあります。一つは今まで動物の森シリーズというのはどこかの村に引っ越していって一人暮らしをしてその村の中で暮らしを楽しむっていう遊びだったんですけど、今回スイッチで新しい動物の森を体験していただくにあたって何かその流れで全く新しい体験ができないかと思いました。
So, one of the reasons that we thought about having the player live on a deserted island, there's actually two main reasons. And one of the reasons being that previously in the legacy titles, we had the player come to a pre-existing village and then have them start a life there and from scratch. But we thought maybe we can give the players a new experience.
もう一つは、そうやって無人島という何もないところを一から作り上げていくっていうところで今までだったらもう最初から村として存在していたために選択肢としてなかった新しい選択の自由っていうところでも新しい体験をしていただけるんじゃないかと思いました。
And then another thing that we thought was by giving the players a choice, a freedom to build something there, something that they may have not been able to in previous titles, that we were able to give them that opportunity to build everything from scratch. We thought that would be a great experience.
Awesome, and I know folks have been waiting a long time to get a chance to look at this title, so why don't we hop right into the game and give folks a look?
じゃあちょっと今日は見ていただきたいと思います。
So I'm going to start off.
So I think one of the things that to continue on what Kyoko-san was talking about expanding the freedom. Animal Crossing has always been a series about freedom. You can choose to spend your time however you want. Fishing, collecting bugs, pulling weeds. What I think we're going to see here is how much that has been expanded.
And I love everything about their outfits. They're ready for island life. Tom Nook and Timmy and Tommy look so ready to go.
And they're talking about E3. The line between the real life and Animal Crossing life is blurring even further.
You know we're watching.
今回たぬきちたちはたぬき開発という新しい事業をしていまして、でその無人島パッケージプランに参加している形になります。で豆吉、つぶ吉もそのたぬきちを手伝って一緒に働いています。
So Tom Nook & Co. This time around they have a development company called Nook Inc. And then the player is set to be relocating to the island through Nook Inc.'s Deserted Island Getaway Package. And then Timmy and Tommy also have a store in that too.
It's definitely a bold new business plan. I like it. Even when they're in a beautiful tropical setting, they're thinking about the business. And before we kick off exploring too much, can we talk a little bit about what we're seeing right here?
はい、これ最初この島に移住してまだテントを張って、ここをベースに暮らしを始めたばかりの状態になります。ちょっと中も入ってみたいと思います。
So this is where your island life starts. This is the tent that you'll get, and then we decided to pitch it on the beach.
このようにちょっとまだ始めたばかりなので、佐野吉に最初に支給してもらった簡単な家具しかない状態です。
So this is how it looks inside the tent, and then we only have bare minimums that Tom Nook gave us at the moment.
I think that's key. We really did only provide you with the bare minimum here.
ちなみに今回このようにハッピーホームデザイナーでもそうだったんですけど、家具を今までの半分の単位で動かせるようになっています。
And this time around, just like Happy Home Designer was, you're able to move the furniture in half units around the buildings.
で今までより自由な部屋作りを楽しんでいただけると思います。
And then so I think this will allow you to have more versatility in home decoration.
And worth mentioning here, so we're not at the very beginning of the game, it's early, but when you start, there's not even a tent there.
ちなみに家具なんですけど、動画で見ていただいた方お気づきだとは思うんですけど、今回このように全ての家具をフィールドに置くこともできます。
And as for the furniture, I think many of you have noticed in the video, but you can also place them outside on the field.
でフィールドで草原もなんですけど、テントも含めてそのビーチ、今ニューリーグの時は浜辺には公共事業をしたり家を建てたりできなかったんですけど、今回浜辺も使ってより自由にカスタムができるようになっています。
And then not just the furniture, but also the tent itself. You're able to place them on the beach. This was something that you couldn't do in New Leaf, but we're able to do that.
で今回動画でお見せしたDIY の要素と今お見せしたそのフィールドに関わるという要素ですね。この2つをメイン。
Так, что я хотел? Блядь, как же медленно работает мышка.
DIY は道具ですとか家具ですとか島で取れるいろんな材料を使って いろんなバリエーションのものが作ることができます。
And then these DIY recipes include everything from tools to furniture, and you can use a lot of the materials that you can find around the island.
ちなみに雑草とか今無人島で草だらけなんですけど、雑草を使ったDIY なんかもあります。
So since we came to a deserted island, there's a lot of weeds growing around on the island, but those things can also become a material to create something.
じゃあベンチを飾って座れるようにしたいなと思うので、このロブベンチを作ろうと思うんですけど、木材を必要があるので、まずは木材を取るためのものを作っていきたいと思います。
So I want to make this log bench, but in order to make the log bench, I need some hardwood. So I am going to first make this axe.
So I wonder if, as we're looking around here, could we just take a look at the up in the sky? It really is a beautiful day.
そういえば動物の森ってファンの皆さんご存知だと思うんですけど、現実の時間に連動していて、その時間や季節に応じてその風景が移り変わっていきます。
So I think a lot of the Animal Crossing fans already know this, but the game clock is actually linked to the real time. So the seasons and the time of the day, it changes according to the clock that you live in.
今まで北半球の季節にしか対応していなかったんですけども、今回南半球の季節も選択できるようになりました。
And until the previous titles, we only had the game set in northern hemisphere. But from New Horizons, we have a southern hemisphere as well, so the users can play in the southern hemisphere atmosphere as well.
これ北半球の6月なんで夏の風景なんですけど、南半球で6月に設定すると今度冬になったりします。
So right now, since it is June and it's set to June in northern hemisphere, but if you have it set to southern hemisphere, then it'll be in winter.
It's really cool, I think, being able to give players that flexibility. So if you live in the southern hemisphere and you want the seasons and things, the weather to kind of match more like what you're experiencing in real life, you can have that choice. And we got lucky here, I think, that the weather is so good for the stream because you never know what's going to happen in Animal Crossing weather-wise, but this looks gorgeous.
斧の材料が揃ったんで、では次 DIY をしてみたいと思います。ただ私は作業台を今持ってないので、作業台を貸してもらえる場所にご案内します。
So now that I have all the materials for Flimsy Axe, I'm gonna go somewhere where they're gonna let me do this for free.
これは私たちの案内所になっています。住民の生活をサポートしてくれるすごく便利な場所になっています。
So this is the resident service area by Nuking, and then they support all the residents on the island with their lives.
Well, how proud they are of your accomplishment. I feel like Tom Nook's always proud of you.
ちなみに他にも、この案内所には豆吉だったら何かいらないものを買い取ってくれたりですとか。
So other functions of the resident service, Timmy would buy something that you don't need in the inventory.
雑草も買い取ってもらえるので、草をそのままワイルドなフィールドを楽しみたい方はそのままにしていただいてもいいですし、もう綺麗にしたい方は草をむしってここで買い取ってもらうといいと思います。
So we mentioned weeds on the island earlier, but if you want to clean it up, then you can clean them up and then sell it to Timmy, or you can choose to leave them as well because, I mean, why not, right?
I kind of like it. It matches the rustic setting. You're on a deserted island, having it look a little wild. It's kind of cool.
In contrast, I picked every weed on my island.
でもちろんちょっとした買い物もすることができます。で道具もこのように売ってたりもするんですけど、お金が余っていたり、もちろん買って済ませてもいいですし、自分で拾って材料を作ってもどちらでも自由に楽しんでいただければと思います。
So as you can see, you can do a little shopping here too, and then you have the option to buy the tools, purchase the tools here as well. But you can basically, you'll have that freedom of whether if you want to buy them or if you want to collect the materials on the island and then make it yourself.
でちなみにこのたぬき市のこの案内所でもう一つ特徴的な新しい機能があります。でそれがこのヌークマイレージになります。
One of the new functions here is Nook miles.
でこの マイルというのは、実際のマイルのように、例えば今回お出かけ飛行機に乗ってお出かけするんですけど、その飛行機に乗ったりですか、そのショッピングをしたりとか、今この
Ничего не понятно. Она разговаривает как...
DIY
Ну, по голосу, как бабуля. Она как будто проговаривает еле-еле. Тем более сам голос такой же.
When we moved out here on the airplane, you got miles for that. And then a lot of the activities that you do on the island, you also accumulate miles for that. We just made a flimsy app, so we got miles credit for that as well. And then so there's so many ways to acquire these miles and then also use them as well.
ちなみに日本語ではタヌキマイレージですね。
It's called Tanuki mileage in Japanese.
でこのマイレージを貯めるとなんかいろんなサービスとかまたオリジナルアイテムと交換できるので、マイレージによってまた新しい楽しみと遊びが広がるようになっています。
And then these miles, you'll be able to exchange them for items and other activities. So it's a new way of enjoying the game.
It is really nice that it feels like you can progress doing any kind of activity you enjoy in Animal Crossing. On top of it just being a fun way for you to relax, you're making progress and you're having a chance to earn some of those rewards.
And you can earn those rewards for doing things that you didn't always earn rewards for before, like even just picking weeds. Sure, it made your area more beautiful, but it didn't really give you anything else. But now you can earn miles for that and use them for something.
じゃあ斧も手に入ったことなんで木材を作っていきたいと思います。
Since I now have the flimsy axe, I think I'm going to start collecting hardwood.
And here we can see just the variety. Collecting things has always been a part of Animal Crossing, but there's so many different types of collectible crafting materials now. Even looking at the wood that you're chopping there, every time you make something, you're going to wonder, okay, what am I going to do with this? What am I going to make with this next?
斧を使って木から木材を切り出すことができるんですけども、ちょっと今今回時間も限られている中で木材って集めるのが大変なんで、今からちょっと野上さんに手伝ってもらおうと思います。
So as you can see, I can use this flimsy axe to collect hardwood, but since we have a limited amount of time today and there's a lot of hardwood to collect, I think I'm going to recruit Mr. Nogami here and have him help me out.
どのようにするかと言いますと、今このアプリを使うと同じ島に住んでる住人同士で一緒にプレイすることができるようになります。
So this is how I'm going to do this.
Скучная игра, давайте новую что-нибудь покажите.
And then when you call an item, you'll be able to call.
Не, все, что мне понравилось из Nintendo сегодня, это... Но релиз сделать Ведьмака на Nintendo Switch. Как называется-то? Не Ace Combat, как по-другому забыл, как называется. Или... Force Jump, вот, все вспомнил. Вот это мы проанонсировали. Ну, вот это я видел, как он называется-то? Kingdom Heart или Heart. Типа анонс предзаказа, как бы я видел. Геймплей мне, в принципе, понравился. Боевка. И сюжет, как бы поначалу очень непонятно, но местами что-то затрагивало. Тут Опа-гангл. Опа-гангл стайл.
And just as you're collecting this material here, looking at the wind blowing through the trees, the graphics, it's really just beautiful to watch, but I'm also really drawn to the sound effects here. Can you tell us a little bit about the sound design?
そうですね、今回のニューホライズンズではよりこうユーザーお客さんにこの没入体験を楽しんでいただくためにいろいろな工夫をしています。
So there's a lot of things that we've experimented and then we've tried out for the users to have that immersive feeling when they're playing this game.
でそのためにはフォーリーサウンドという手法を取り入れていまして、例えば 砂の上を実際に歩いたり、あるいはそのちょっとスタジオの近くの草を買ってきて踏みつけたりして足音の音を録音してよりナチュラルな音を再現しています。
And in order to achieve that from a sound perspective,
Хотя бы Крафт присутствует, ну, настолько скучно.
And then what it essentially does is record a natural sound and then use it as a sound effect in the game. So we sometimes walk on sand to get that sound, or cut some grass from around the office and then walked on it to get that sound.
Ну, как дьявол появился. Типа, зашли они вместе, потом она вышла, а этот... И здесь он. То есть, ну, над этим я бы поработал. Потому что, ну, как-то это... Неожиданно он так прям вышел, как будто из воздуха он стоит.
And the sound of the wind is really beautiful too. It's very relaxing and immersive.
じゃあベンチがそう言ってる間に
Не, для детей, ну, пойдет.
これ1個だけでは寂しい。
Для
もう1個何か作ってみたいと思います。
ну, такого поколения 2019 она, ну, не потянет. Только для детей. Для школьников таких вот.
何かの神さん。
そうですね。僕がキャンプファイヤーを持っているので、それのちょっと大きい版のボンファイヤーを作ってみましょうか。
So since I already have a campfire, why don't we make a bonfire?
Либо этим.
A little bit bigger and more fun.
ボンファイヤーは
Фанатам Nintendo зайдет.
でこのように何か DIY で作った家具を使ってさらに作るというような DIY もあります。
Ну, никому больше.
You'll be able to make that with some wood and a campfire, which is an item. There are items where you will need another item to create. So there's a lot of variety in these recipes.
じゃあちょっと野上さんに交代します。
So I'm going to change the leader to Mr. Nogami.
このように今誰がリーダーでその誰に付き添ってプレイしているかっていうのが分かるようになっています。
As you can see,
Почему не могут параллельно, вот она говорит, и параллельно кто-то должен ее еще переводить.
and then you'll be able to tell who will be leading that gameplay.
Все как-то странно, типа она рассказывает на японском, а так, кто разговаривает на английском, они как-то вот так вот между собой, что это непонятно, что получается.
Okay, so since I already have a campfire, I'm going to pick up the wood and then I'm going to go craft a workbench.
По идее, должно все под один язык.
For the first time in the Animal Crossing series, being able to play side by side at the same time.
Но вот она расспрашивает, что типа там что относится еще, кроме крафта, геймплею и вот эти то, что там можно что-то, каких-то материалы с природы получать. Типа, что еще относится к системе, то есть игры. То есть я понял, о чем она говорит, но сказать еще не могу. То есть не сами там настройки, то-то, а вот именно сама система, типа, чем эта игра может затянуть. Вот дальше показывает, что типа можно яблоко с деревья не отрывать, есть. Потом они что-то типа территория. Не, японский не буду. Это говорит, вам не Марио, это вам игрушка поинтереснее Марио. Что-то такого типа. Типа с Марио что-то сравнивать, говорят, что Марио типа постоянно одной жанре сюжет, ну, допустим, что, наверное, жанре, да? А мы сделали похоже на драма.
there's a place an item and drop an item option, and then the players would be able to choose whether they want to place the furniture, like decorate the furniture.
По-любому 4000 будет стоить эта игра. Я так понимаю, да, это еще мультиплеер показывает. Типа не может так чего взять и ходить спокойно разгуливать.
Okay, since we have the location and we have everything set up, I think I'm going to take a photo.
Типа покажут, что можно обои фотографировать.
The switch function, the switch camera to take a photo, but we also
Ну это я видел, да. Nintendo Switch сделать гораздо прикольнее, чем на остальных платформах, в том-то и дело. Хотя на PlayStation есть этот, как он называется-то? Я не помню, как он называется. Photoshop или что-то такого. Ну, что-то называется такого. Типа, можно будет фотографировать, но в ракурсе разных этих, как он называется, там, позах, типа. Что Человек-паук, что The Last of Us, что Horizon Zero Dawn. Типа, ну не все, да, игры можно так вот фотокорректно отразить вот так вот, фотоаппарат или как он там, в таком режиме. Но все равно у них как бы это идет, развивается как бы. Точнее, во всех играх. А по сути дела, наверное, только в эксклюзивах.
So DIY recipes, you'll be acquiring them through other animals, or when you acquire a new item, that's something that that you'll also be able to acquire, or you'll also be able to buy them at stores as well.
I think it's interesting how that's really going to mix up players' experiences, depending on how you and maybe a friend of yours have been experiencing life on your island and what activities you've been doing. You might have quite a different collection of recipes at your disposal. So then when you have a chance to get together and play together, it might be, oh, by the way, what have you been making? What did I find? This is how I got this recipe. But it's a nice way to kind of share that knowledge and information as you play.
そうですね。今日お店初めてアニマルクロッシングニューホライゾンお見せしましたけども、なんかだいぶできてるんじゃないかっていうふうに見えると思うんですけど、実は我々開発スタッフにはまだまだこれからやらなければいけないことがあります。
So as you can see, we've shown you some of the gameplay of New Horizons, and you may think that a lot of this is close to being done. Yet there's a lot of elements that we still want to work on.
Что за деревом там они нашли? Блядь.
So I'm sorry to ask, but if you would
Кто там такой?
work a little bit longer and release this game on 2020, we would very much appreciate it.
I can certainly say, based on the experiences I've had, having a great
То есть видели, когда он типа в недосягаемой вот видимости, то он как делал, вспыхивает так.
It'll be soon. And Kyoko-san, do you have any final thoughts that you'd like to share with our viewers as well as we wrap up?
Это хомяк какой-то или кто это такой? Такой. Кошка? Кто такой? На глаза столько какой-то китайца. Потому что не видно, вот кто это. Как бы и хомяк, и кошка, они могут быть такой же расцветки. Особенно если эта игра, скажем так, азиатская. Типа они могут все что угодно там пририсовать, доделать там что-то, убрать, чему-то сравнить, потом как бы, ну, сделать похожими на что-то, но не похожими. Или суслик вообще какой-то.
And coming up next on Nintendo Treehouse Live, we got The Legend of Zelda: Link's Awakening. Stay tuned.
О, Зельда. Шо по Зельде? Не, это Марио. Это я помню, вот эта штука была в Марио. Петух. Это она уже Марио идет. Я просто помню, такую локацию была. Зельда. В смысле Зельда? В смысле? Я уже вот это видела, наш был в Марио. Или я что-то не знаю. Ну, не знаю, не знаю. Я в Зельду еще не играл. Надо было купить на Switch и немного познакомиться с платформой. А Марио будет показывать или нет? Что-то от этого понять не могу пока. Ни Паладинцы, ни Марио, ни Fortnite на Nintendo Switch. Ничего. Зельду даже он показывает не так, как вот как презентация, вот как со стороны типа ландшафта, что ли, какого-то. Или что-то тут не то. Либо такая типа пауза. Уже без 7-9. Ну, что, не скоро будут заканчивать? Нет, такое на мобилке бы неплохо. А вот на Nintendo, по-моему, все игры, ну, любой, как он называется-то? Ну, короче, потянет, пойдет. И тем к таким не впилой. Такие вот игры создавать. Типа даже не стыдиться. Но вот самая плохая, по мне, взгляд, ну, это была презентация этого ПК, потому что, блядь, ПК, типа, ну, должен что-то нормально выпускать, а он выпускал только, ну, какие-то инди. Типа, чё? В 2019 в этом будет покупать инди? Ладно, симуляторы, которые, по-моему, показывали на этом Microsoft или где. Про симулятор вот, пилота, ну, управление самолетом, где симулятор летчика, по-моему, понимаю. Там и то был графон, там более ну, приятно было на ощупь геймплей. Все было идеально. Пускай как будто ПК, не знаю, специально, типа. Говорит, давайте. Нет, что думаю, что они плохое сначала выпускают, потом выпустят что годное? Еще нет. На мой взгляд, ну, такие, ну, и прикольные такие были Microsoft. Что еще? Не, Microsoft на самом была... Нет, не Microsoft, а Electronic Arts на первом, на втором месте Microsoft, на третьем я бы дал Square Enix, потом Nintendo нет, еще послал бы на третье место. Потом, ну, на последнем ПК. Только я остальные две не видел, но все равно ПК был хуже. Так что ПК сосет в этом году. Выпускайте дальше эти инди-игры. Да, всем зайдет. Все ожидают графику, стабильный FPS, сюжет и прочие удивительные, не знаю, ну, геймплей. Тут просто типа на чем типа инди-игры, которые можно будет и на других поиграть, на старых таких вот, которые раньше играли, которые были ранее доступны в этих маркетах, в сторах, в стимах и так далее. И они еще выпускают. По-моему, в том году вышел симулятор ПК, почему они его не могут досоздать, что ли, как, ну, не знаю, там новое что-то, обновление какие-то не прийти. Хоть что-то. Ничего этого нет. С одной стороны, хоть они хотя бы выпускали бы RPG игры, ну, открытый мир, боевку. Поэтому по виду Зельды, такой вот примере хотя бы. Или прямолинейный какой-нибудь сюжет. Но нет, они выпускают какую-то дичь, которую максимум 15 минут или а то ли час, в них поиграешь и все. Ничего потом не... Вот хотя у них была одна, как она называется-то, Blood Rain 2, по-моему, да? Это было ничего так. И последний там что-то какой-то осьминог был, типа Ктулху такой. Ну, помните, типа осьминога там какой-то был. Забыл осьминога. Вот это нормально, а вот остальное, типа, планета... Зоопарк вот этот, Planet Zoo, я не знаю. Не то чтобы там, не знаю, животных как-то любил, ну серьезно, уже не то время, чтобы типа что-то ну, с такого вот сюжета вида делать. Или жанра. Ну, жанра видно, да. Хотя некоторые игры были типа, ну, как типа лето. Как вот в Sims, там же дополнение сделали, типа. Вот это было еще ничего сделано с этим. И так смотреть на полном серьезе.
So it's a little bit hard to get your hands on the original game. So I've always wanted to remake this title.
And we're so very glad that you did it.
じゃあなぜ今なのかっていうことなんですけど、やっぱりそのゼルダの今までの伝統的な遊びをこう変化させて生まれ変わったブレスオブザワイルドを多くの人に遊んでもらった今だからこそこういうねまた伝統的なゼルダのゲームも新鮮に楽しんでもらえるんじゃないかなと思って今リメイクすることにしたんです。
And so, why now, you might ask? It's just because we thought, well, Breath of the Wild broke the convention of Zelda. And now, because a lot of people have played Breath of the Wild, they could go back to something, a more traditional Zelda, like Link's Awakening. And we hope that this gameplay will be fresh for people.
It absolutely feels brand new. I've played Link's Awakening probably a million times, but this feels brand new.
Мне кажется, Лего, если не сделать ближе, ну, к виде Лего, вот этот Зельду, по-моему, даже у нее покупка на эту игру даже еще возрастет. Типа, ну, всякие школьники до сих пор себе покупают Лего, все и так далее. Типа, ну, Лего распространенный и интересный жанр. И популярный. Поэтому и берут все. А тут, ну, наподобие, то есть не совсем.
Absolutely. So before I do this lady a favor, I didn't mean to throw that at her baby. She's holding her baby. I didn't mean to throw that at her baby. But I'm doing her a solid here, so it's fine. To break her pots, throw things at her baby.
Че, блондинка играет?
Absolutely. And so in exchange for that, I got
Не, эта игра чисто на Nintendo будет и все. Ну, как и у Sony выходит в некоторых разделах.
Yeah, and this world is filled with all kinds of different charming and quirky characters. And I was wondering if you had any particular favorite.
It's really hard to pick a favorite because there's so many. I'm trying to think of a good answer for this. And the only one I could remember was that alligator named Sail.
Yeah.
This is how you think. Right? I don't know why he stuck in my mind, but I just thought it was very funny that there was an alligator named Sail who would sell you things. But I'm curious what Aonuma-san's favorite characters are.
青沼さんの一番好きなキャラクターは誰でしょうか。
はい、そこに今画面にいますけど、ワンワンっていうね、マリオに出てくるキャラクターですけど、本当にネタバレになっちゃうんであまり言えないですけど、すごい活躍をしてくれて、もう僕はずっとこのワンワンと一緒にいたかったぐらいです。
And so, as you can see on the screen, my favorite character is Bow Wow. You know, he's kind of a maybe familiar face from the Mario series, and I won't go into too much detail because I don't want to go.
Не, если бы Sony, можно сказать, ну, показал бы на презентации, что они вообще есть там из игр, то она бы таки так бы как сделала, потому что там были одни абсолютно одни инди-игры. А у Соньки у них хотя бы, ну, знаете, какие игры. Даже нет смысла их впечатлять, объяснять, называть их жанр. Чем они вообще, ну, чем сейчас Sony говорят, тем, что вот они выпускают именно эксклюзивы. Так что это нет смысла. Все вы прекрасно знаете, но тут она решила, что показать им нечего. Все старое. Ну, блин, Кодзима мог бы сделать еще один как бы триллер в игре. Это бы голубым надежду типа показать типа новый трейлер только на E3, а не на канале у них официальном, как тизер.
So there you go. And my brilliant plan paid off.
Yeah, in this case, you're rewarded for it.
Yes. Don't try this at home, kiddos. So, we already asked about your favorite character, Aonuma-san, but There's so much to love about this game. Could you tell us what your favorite thing about this game is?
さっきこの本作で好きなキャラの話していただきましたけど、本作で小野さんが好きなことは何でしょうか。
このゲームね、2D マリオのプロデューサーの手塚が作ったっていうこともあって、
Хочется Марио хочу посмотреть.
マリオのキャラクターがすごくいろんなところに出てくるんですね。
So, as many of you may know, Mr. Tezuka was involved in creating Link's Awakening, and so as like characters like Bow Wow, you see Mario characters that usually aren't in the Zelda series.
であとダンジョンに横スクロールの画面が出てきたりとか、今までがこの後もそうなんですけど、ゼルダにない要素がたくさん入ってる、とっても異色作なんですよ。
And so, a lot of the dungeons even have side-scrolling stages, which is again not very something you see often in the Zelda series.
あとキャラクターもすごく個性的で、ちょっとコミカルなんですけど、でもこうじんわりと感動させられるようなシーンもあったりして、その世界観がすごく好きで、私はこの後ゼルダを作っていくことになりますけど、この作品には随分影響を受けたように思います。
And so, the characters also are very memorable. They're lively, they're comical, but they also bring tears to your eyes, you know. And so, a lot of that influenced what I had to do when I was developing Zelda going forward.
Absolutely, and you may have seen a second ago, I was using my shield. I want to point out that a huge UI improvement of this game is that your sword, shield, things like your power bracelet, Pegasus boots are always equipped, which is a huge improvement on the original because that frees up your Y and X button for whatever else you want to equip, and it just makes things a lot easier. And that's one of the things I really love about this version of the game is that it retains the classic feel and personality of the original, but with the just perfectly defined UI of modern Zelda games, which is really, really cool to see. And one last thing I'm going to point out here in Maybe Village is we see Dampé's shack mentioned on this sign. And that's kind of interesting because Dampé was not originally in this game. And what is he doing in this game? I'm not going to tell you, but we're going to tell you a little bit later in this segment. Just a little bit of a tease. But I think I've explored Maybe Village enough, and I'm going to go ahead and show us a little something else.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Full of secrets on this day. Yeah, we're very, very excited to announce that it is indeed in the game. The Color Dungeon was first introduced in the DX version from the Game Boy Color, and this is the complete version of this. So, as I said, we're very, very happy to confirm that the Color Dungeon is in this game.
Right. Color maybe not quite as novel as it was on the Game Boy Color, but still really neat to see that all of the content of that DX version is represented here.
Absolutely. And as you can see, these camo goblins kind of sink into the ground in their various colors. And as you can see, I'm going to break
You
the
have
pots.
to break pots.
I'm sorry.
Because we're playing a Zelda game.
Thank you for your patience, Aonuma-san, while I break all these pots. So this is a puzzle. I'm not going to go too far into this dungeon. I don't want to spoil it for everybody, but basically you hit these switches and it changes the switches next to them. I've played this about 1 billion times, so I know what I'm doing here.
You know what to do here.
Yes. And I'm not going to go too much farther, but I would be remiss as a Zelda fan if I let this clearly bombable wall pass me up.
All right.
So it's got cracks in it. It makes a different sound when you hit it with your sword. It's begging to be bombed. So I'm going to go ahead and do it justice.
Oblige.
Boom. And I'm rewarded with a room full of rupees, which is one of the best things in the world.
Please collect them all.
Let's be honest. I'm going to get them all.
Okay. Thank you.
We can go about our business. Da-na-na-na. I'll stop being a nerd now and just get the rest of the rupees. All right, and that was all I'm going to show you of the Color Dungeon. As I said, it's just kind of a sneak peek, and now we're going to show you something that's brand new to the game. Take it away, Sam.
That's right. So we saw this in the Nintendo Direct, but there was a new little bit that was added to The Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening for Nintendo Switch. So just as the Color Dungeon was brand new content for the DX version, What we've got here for the Nintendo Switch version is called the Chamber Dungeon. And just to give you an idea of where we are in the world here, we're in Taltal Heights, and we're just slightly to the east here of this Moblin hideout. We see this new location. And this is something that DX players might recognize as being the camera hut, but in this game, it's something brand new.
It looks like a shack.
Yeah, it looks a little bit like a shack, and it's filled with our friend Dampe here.
He was looking for an adventuring assistant, too.
Right,
Yes.
yeah. So this is something that I actually wanted to ask Anuma-san about the introduction of Dampe into the world of Link's Awakening. He wasn't originally here on Koholint Island, so would you like to talk a little bit about what he's doing here and about maybe some of the inspiration behind the Chamber Dungeon?
断片の紹介と、あとパネルダンジョンについてお話しいただけますでしょうか。
このダンペイさんって、時のオカリナから出てきてるキャラクターで、墓守の設定の人なんですけど、今回その人に新しく登場してもらって、そこでパネルダンジョンという新しい遊びを体験してもらおうと思います。
And so many of you may know Dampe was maybe in, I think, Ocarina of Time, and he was a gravekeeper there. But in this game, he's going to be the one that introduces you to the new game called Panel Dungeons, or Chamber Dungeons.
パネルダンジョンというのはそこまでクリアしてきたダンジョンの一部屋をパズルのティースのようなパネルにしてですね、それを並べることで実際のそのダンジョンがアレンジできるっていうそういう遊びで、そのお題をですねこのダンペイさんが出してくれるっていうそういう遊びになってます。
And so what are chamber dungeons? So they are where you can create your own dungeons. If you complete a dungeon, you get pieces that you for each room that you cleared, and you could rearrange them to make your own dungeon. And so Dampe will be the one that introduces you to challenges in creating chamber dungeons.
でダンジョンをねユーザーが自分でアレンジできるって遊びは前からゼルダに入れてみたいなってずっと思ってたんですけど、誰もができるようにするために難しいこと考えなくてもできるパズルを解くような感覚でやるとそれを解くとダンジョンができるっていうね、そういう遊びにしました。
And so I've always wanted to create a way for players to create their own dungeon, but I didn't want to make it anything too hard. So just like a puzzle or solving a puzzle, I wanted to make this chamber dungeon easy enough for people to play and feel like they're solving a puzzle.
Yeah, that's right. And you can see here, so I've started a little bit of a dungeon arrangement here. And the way these chambers are arranged, up at the top here, they're categorized in depending on how many doorways they have. So you can see here, these are all chambers that have one doorway. These are all chambers that have two, etc. And then you can see they're further categorized into where the doorways are exiting out of the chambers. So a few things about dungeon arrangement in the chamber dungeon. You'll need to make sure that you have at least an entrance and a nightmare. Those are kind of the primary components of any dungeon. But also you'll want to make sure that all of the doorways are connected to other doorways. So you can't leave any of those just hanging or unfulfilled there. So you can see I'm starting to make a little bit of a dungeon arrangement here. And you might notice a few other things. So some of these chambers have icons on the underneath of them, and those give you an idea of the sorts of features that are available in this particular chamber. So you can see this one has a treasure chest, and this one has a staircase, and some of them have locked doors. If you're using locked doors, you need to make sure that you include enough chambers with treasure chests to supply enough keys for you to get through all of those locked doors. And the way those stairways connect is really fun, because what you can do is if you use stairways, they'll automatically create a sub-area that you'll have to go through between the two stairways. And that's one of those 2D side-scrolling sections that Anuma-san was talking about a little bit earlier. And you might see some fun enemies in there. But so this is like a Picross-like puzzle. So the chamber dungeon, unlike any other dungeon before, you arrange these yourself. But they're challenges. You have to go through this puzzle portion of the arrangement. And once you're finished with that, then you have to adventure through your dungeon. So the challenge comes in two parts. The chamber dungeon can actually take a little bit of time to arrange. Like I said, it is a puzzle, so it takes some time to get through. So I'm not gonna go through the entire thing just here. So I'm gonna skip ahead to one that I have arranged previously. if it works.
And you're very, very devious, so I'm sure that it's full of all kinds of terrible, awful things.
I seem to have a little bit of issue with the controller here. Let me try and get that sorted out. But while we're getting this figured out, I was wondering if Aonuma-san could talk a little bit about the Chamber Dungeon and how it mixes up the gameplay for someone who has already played through the Legend of Zelda: Link's Awakening.
このパネルダンジョンの追加で過去にゲームを遊んだ方でも遊んでない方でもどのようなプレーを期待できますでしょうか。
そうですね。オリジナルはを遊ばれた皆さんの記憶に強く残るそういうゲームだったと思いますけど、実はあんまりダンジョンのことは覚えてない人が多いんじゃないかなと思うんですけど。
So I know this game left a strong impression on many players, but honestly, I don't know if everybody remembers exactly how to play everything.
でこのパネルダンジョンってそのパズルを解くような形で感覚でそのダンジョンをアレンジするっていうお話をしましたけど、そこまで遊んできたダンジョンの記憶をもとにそれでダンジョンをこうアレンジするとですね、またちょっとこう面白いダンジョンが作れるんで、これをこう本編のダンジョンをクリアしながらこのパネルダンジョンも遊んでいくと、そのダンジョンの記憶っていうのはすごく強く残るものになるんじゃないかなと思ってます。
And so, as I mentioned earlier, this is just like figuring out a puzzle. So, if you go back to your memories of how you completed the dungeon and then play this dungeon as well, I think it will leave a very strong impression while you play. And also, if you play this while you progress the main story, I think it will even leave a stronger impression.
All right, so we've got this up here now, and you could see now that there's a little green check mark there next to the Fill Up Your Hearts challenge. Well, I guess I should have explained that. This particular challenge, you needed to fill in every single one of the empty tiles with a chamber. And so this one I've already completed. You can see I've cleared it. And when you complete it, you get a clear time. And you'll see that that's 7 minutes and 42 seconds right now. And one of the fun things that you can do with those clear times is you can challenge yourself to beat your dungeon faster and faster. Or you could challenge a friend to see if they might be able to beat your dungeon in a faster time. So I was wondering if Aonuma-san, would you please play through this dungeon and see if you could please beat my clear time?
さんに遊んでいただけるでしょうか。そして僕のタイムを早くクリアでしていただきたいんですけども。
えらいことをお願いされてしまったな。
That's a big ask, but I'll do my best.
私ゲーム開発者ですけど非常にゲームが下手くそなんで。
So I'm a game developer, but I'm not very good at games.
まあでもとりあえずチャレンジしてみます。
But I'll do my best.
This is a great, rare treat for all of us.
Yeah. Aonuma-san, of course, has spent, I'm sure, many, many years thinking about the dungeon arrangement and the flow of a player's movements through a dungeon and about pacing the puzzles properly. So I'm really curious to see how he's going to get on with this dungeon where I've thought about none of those
how much
things.
time have you spent thinking about those things, Sam?
This was designed to torture other Treehouse members.
Yeah, apologies. I admittedly, I did include some more devious elements here. Yeah, using the map is really an effective way to get through this particular dungeon.
回ってますから、まずこういってここまで宝箱を開けるっていうのがいい感じですね。
So I'm gonna go through that route and try to get that key over there where you saw the cursor hovering.
Okay. He's calling his shots. I like
being
it.
Strategic. I like
Yeah.
Ah!
Yeah, these guys could be really challenging. They're more like a timing puzzle almost.
Yeah.
Trying to defeat them.
And as you mentioned, since it times your completion, it's a real fun and terrible treat to try and best your friend's time beating a dungeon.
He's doing really well so far. So yeah, I said I think my clear time again was like 7 minutes 42 seconds. So he's on a really good pace right now.
Already got another key.
But this is almost like a randomizer of sorts. So these are all familiar rooms. So you've seen these rooms in other dungeons. And Dampé will create these chambers for you. And even though you know the puzzle, you may know the way through it, because they're all arranged in a completely different order, it's a new type of challenge.
Yes, and that really adds someone, even if you're somebody who has memorized every corner of this game, all of those dungeons, those rooms become brand new when you or a friend has arranged them into something completely different.
Right. quickly dispatching all of those keys and finding yet another treasure chest.
This isn't his first Zelda rodeo.
Yeah, apparently not. I think it's really funny, Anum-san, that...
oh, he knew about your devious tricks, Sam.
Yeah, okay. I love using those spinning blades because usually when you walk into a room in Zelda, you're thinking about, okay, what kind of puzzle am I going to face here? What kind of, am I going to have a challenging enemy that I'm going to need to battle? But with those spinning blades, the challenge really is just walking into the room.
Really can shake your confidence.
Using the
I'm gonna
map
check
again.
the map again.
Yeah. Yeah, I was saying earlier, I think it's really funny that that Anuma-san has Rock's Feather on Y because the
correct answer, Sam.
Yeah. Oh, really? Well, in Breath of the Wild, the jump button was X, so I always put Rock's Feather on X.
そうなんです。トラップはジャンプで受けれるんですけど、結構失敗するんです。
So you could, you know, avoid that enemy with jumping, but you know what? Sometimes you fail. So.
Yeah. He's making really great time through this dungeon.
I love just pushing those enemies off the edge.
Right.
Get out of here.
He might just beat your time, Sam.
I'm thinking that's going to happen. So the chamber. Ooh. Yeah, this room is a little bit challenging. So yeah, those chamber dungeon challenges come in two parts, and you're going to have different conditions that you need to fill for those challenges, for both the arrangement portion of the challenge, but also through the adventure portion of the challenge. Oh, nice. Already. My goodness.
Oh, he's only at 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Do you see that?
I am. I'm kind of awestruck. I don't know. Oh no! All right, you've got it. There you go.
He's trying to make your time feel better, Sam.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. Oh yeah, he's just delaying to try and make me feel better.
Oh, he's already at the boss.
Yeah, he's already at the
So we're at the
nightmare.
boss now.
And this is a really fun one.
Yeah.
I like this guy.
Yeah, this isn't your kind of standard hit him 3 times and you're done kind of boss.
Yeah, as we briefly mentioned, so all of the characters, the bosses, the NPCs in this game are so unforgettable,
Right.
so quirky.
I like how they kind of talk to you.
Yeah.
He's giving you a little clue about what to do here.
これでも
Got a
僕
bit
と
of
ち
an
ょっ
attitude
と
on
ネ
that
タバ
one.
レになってしまうんですけど。
But if I beat him, wouldn't it be a spoiler? Are we okay?
It's this is only for the boss of the second dungeon in the game, so I think maybe it's still early.
まあ2番目のダンジョンなんで、まあ大丈夫なんですけど。
Making
But
quick
yeah,
work
he's
of
making
him,
really
too.
quick work of it. But I really like the sequence. He's using a technique, actually, that I've never seen before. He's staying really close to the boss and then getting under the fireballs, which is not something that I've seen before.
I think the normal strategy is to get hit by lots of fireballs.
Right.
Yeah, that may be different from the original game too. 'Cause this has more of a 3D feel to it. I don't
Right.
know though.
No, that's
I
true.
can tell you for sure. It's been 26 years.
Oh, and
after
he's in the second phase.
Oh.
Nice. Oh, I didn't know you could hit multiple times there.
Am I doing pretty well?
He's doing
really
great.
well. すっごくうまいです。
I think you're making him angry though.
Yeah,
He's got this. He's going to laugh at you, I think.
I was going to say, at this rate, he's going to shave 4 minutes off my time.
Got
Goodness
him.
gracious.
Wow. And that's how you do that.
Nice work. Nice work. And a new record,
Yes.
completely
Good job.
obliterating my dungeon clear time. Thank you so much for playing through that. I appreciate it.
schooling us
It
on
doesn't seem to
Zelda.
have tripped you up all that much.
Yes.
All right, well, we're running low on time for The Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening. But before we go, we had something really cool that we wanted to share with everyone. And
Na, 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 na.
yes,
And it's
this
this
is
little guy here. It's a new amiibo for The Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening.
Yes.
And he's so shiny and adorable.
Oh my
and I'm
God.
never letting him go.
Yes. He's gonna mess up some bokoblins and melt your heart.
このアミーボ本当にゲームの中に出てくるリンクそのままなんですよ。これだけアミーボとそれからゲームの中のキャラクターが一致してるのって 今まで初めてじゃないかなと思いますけどね。
So this might be the first amiibo where Link looks exactly like he's taken out of the game. He
Yeah.
looks just exactly like what he is in the game.
100%.
Absolutely.
Oh, he's adorable. So what he's going to do for The Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening is he's going to add into the chamber dungeon what's called a plus effect. And the plus effects are layered on top of the chambers, and they add a new gameplay variant to what would otherwise be a familiar room. So what Link adds, the Link's Awakening amiibo here, what he adds is Shadow Link to your dungeon. And Shadow Link is not like a normal mini-boss where you fight him in a single room. He'll actually chase you through several different rooms.
Oh, wow.
So if you're playing through your own chamber dungeon and you add Shadow Link and you defeat him, you can earn a lot of rupees. So that's a great thing to do if you're maybe running low in the main game. But it's also a fun thing to do if you have someone else play your chamber dungeon like I had out on Umasan. I could have laid a little trap for him and maybe placed Shadow Link on top of one of those chambers. And there are other plus effects in the game that we might be talking about a little bit more later. And in addition to the Link's Awakening amiibo, there's also the other Legend of Zelda series amiibo will work with the Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening, but not just that. Any Legend of Zelda character amiibo will work with the Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening. So if you have from the Smash Brothers series, if you have Sheik or Ganondorf or something like that,
So
will
you
also
don't
work
you
with
don't
this
need
game.
this, right, Sam?
No, I need it.
You've
Please
got-
don't. I have a hole in my heart
Yes.
already.
But yeah, we wanted to share this beautiful new amiibo with everybody. It's absolutely lovely.
Yes.
All right. Well, that's all the time we have for Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening. Next up, we have a new trailer for a different game, and after that, we're going to see some live gameplay of Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3, The Black Order. So stay tuned to Treehouse Live.
Thank you, Anu-san.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
Hey, stop staring. Haven't you guys ever seen a dragon before? Here comes Spyro. Nicely done. I just want to kick some.
and welcome back to Nintendo Treehouse Live here at E3 2019. I'm Demetrius, and I have some really good people with me. I have Dan, Sam, and a special guest from Marvel, Mark. Why don't you say hi, Mark?
Hey, how you doing?
All right. Now we're here to show Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3, The Black Order. So Dan, why don't you go ahead and just take us away on that?
Yeah, thanks, Demetrius. We're going to just jump into a stage here in just a minute, show some of the stories, show some of the characters. There's just such a great cast from all different groups, the Avengers, Guardian of the Galaxy, X-Men, and whatnot. We want to show some of that and just show some gameplay. And Mark, you can kind of show us some of the finer points, or tell us some examples of really good story parts that you were involved with. So
absolutely.
We're just going to jump into a state level here. It's the Xavier Institute, which is going to be known to comic fans as the home of the X-Men. And we've got the Sentinels coming in.
Probably the house that cannot get insurance anymore. I don't think anybody touches
They have
the
a tough
mansion
time.
room.
Gets knocked down a lot.
Every time I hear the X-Men, I just want to go X-Men like really loud. I have to like hold myself to that.
So, Mark, you being the writer on this game, it must have been so fun to have a chance to jump into this franchise where really you've just got Marvel's toy box open to you. All these characters, all these cool locations. What was that like diving into this writing experience?
You know, it was really amazing. There are so few places that you get to use all of these characters from all these different families of Marvel heroes at the same time. There haven't been many games in the past other than the Marvel Ultimate Alliance series where you've gotten to bring all of these great heroes together and fight villains from all of those families of characters as well. So to be able to have that whole world at my fingertips while I was writing, and to be able to pick and choose lots of amazing characters from Marvel's roster was really something special.
And I imagine it's nice with this since it's been about 10 years since we had one of these games. You had a good chance to do a fresh start. People don't have to have played the first two games. They can just jump in, so you could just write a really nice, solid new story.
Exactly, yeah. We wanted to make it accessible to everyone, whether you're a fan of the original series or you're a brand new person coming into Marvel for the very first time.
Speaking of jumping in, how about we get into some multiplayer?
Awesome.
Yeah. We're going to just jump right into multiplayer here.
Oh, you want me to jump in too?
Yeah,
Yes.
jump on in.
Thank you.
I'm just going to start out here with Luke Cage. He is
super cool.
What am I gonna
He
get
is a
here?
cool
jealous
character.
you
He's
get to
kind of a
play
big
as Luke Cage,
bruiser.
actually.
How are you doing there, Spider-Gwen? You with us? Okay,
There you go.
There we go.
We're going to come in here. All the characters have kind of light and heavy attacks, which you can combo by pressing buttons.
Pressing the various X or Y corresponding.
Right, X or Y. And they also have special abilities, which are activated with the R button and then one of the other A, B, X, Y buttons.
There we go.
Nice.
Yeah, that was Spider-Gwen's giant web ball.
And I apologize. I'm just getting too busy nerding out about comics to remember, like, I get
Yeah.
to play this too. Yes.
So why don't we get into who we're playing? Because I know, Dan, you said you're Luke Cage. I am Iron Man.
Yep. And I'm playing as Captain Marvel.
I got Gwen.
Yes, there we go.
So we made short work of those Sentinels, but there's quite a few more up here. You can see Iron Man's got one of their power cores. If you defeat them, they drop that, and then you can use it to hit the other ones. But
blow them up
we're
with
gonna
some
make
additional
make
damage.
you drop it.
I love all these cutscenes.
Yeah, the cutscenes are so great. And I like that there's just like so many different inspirations from movies and comic books and animated series that kind of play into the look and feel of these.
And that was really important to us. One of the things we wanted to do was make sure that it was accessible to fans no matter where they were coming from, whether they're fans of the Marvel movies or the comic books or the old game series. We wanted to make sure that they were able to jump into this game and have all the knowledge that they needed, feel like they could relate to the characters and have that connection that's so important when you're playing a game, and give each character a moment to shine.
Yeah, so here we have Nightcrawler and Psylocke coming in. They're going to join the Alliance. We'll be able to play with them after this. But first, we've got more Sentinels to defeat.
Let's get them.
I have no problem with that.
Yeah, yeah. Send them to the scrap heap. You can see the arcing line that appears between our characters. That indicates that there's some synergy between our abilities. And we can probably trigger a special attack.
Good.
If we time it right.
Oh, nice core throw. That was a good sign.
Oh, yeah. Each of the enemies has a hit point meter and also a stagger gauge. And when they're staggered, they kind of go down like that, and you can kind of hit them as much as you want before they get up. And then they'll also drop items as well.
It's a good way to keep them from damaging you, that's for sure.
Yeah, there's another core. Yeah, I think we're going to just mop these guys up.
That's what superheroes do.
Yeah. You can see there's a few item drops there, too, that we're getting leveling up as you go, getting experience.
Okay, let's see.
There's core there somebody could get.
Yeah, I got it. Awesome. I'll throw it off to the right here. Okay, I'll come back and fight this guy.
One thing I love about this game is depending on which characters you bring with you, the ways their different abilities synergize are so different, and each character really feels distinct. So it's just so fun to experiment and see who kind of feels like they meet your play style, who works well together.
Yeah, and that was one of the considerations we really took when we were putting together the roster, is not just who would make great characters for the story, but who would play well. You know, we wanted to have a wide variety of powers and ideas behind these characters so that everyone could find somebody that they love.
Yeah. And it's really great how like the synergy moves sometimes mirror what you see in the movies or comics. So there's a move between Captain America and Iron Man where he can kind of bounce his repulsor ray off of Captain America's shield, which is straight from the show.
Yeah, there's all kinds of great combos. There's you can electrify one of Storm's tornadoes with Thor's hammer. That one's a lot of fun.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't know you could do that. That's really cool. I had to try that.
Yeah, there's elemental attributes that can be added through the synergy, so it's really nice. So after we beat those guys, we're going to have these two join us. And we can go ahead and switch characters if we want. Try out some other guys.
There's so many I definitely want to go through and try out.
So let's go to Hero Select.
Okay.
Okay.
Now, are we coming dibs, or are we just gonna?
I don't know who I want next. Let me see.
I would like to play as Iron Fist.
I might grab Wolverine actually.
Yeah. I got Ms. Marvel.
I think I'm gonna try the Hulk.
You know what?
So press B when you're ready with your selection.
I'm trying to decide. Okay, yeah.
When you're a fan of all these characters, it's hard. It's hard to decide.
It is.
Yeah.
It absolutely
and
is.
you can see there's so many, like the Inhumans are in there, just all kinds of different groups that haven't been represented much in games before.
I think a lot of us too, like we were saying, a lot of us were back home, you know, in the office, we're still big comic book fans at heart. So this type of game for us is just like really, really fun. I can't wait to actually play this with you guys in the office.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you can kind of make your dream team. You know, all those characters that might not team up every day in the comics or in the movies, you can finally bring them together.
Hulk got shocked. He wasn't talking very well.
It's so interesting the dynamic between the characters and what you get to see as far as even characters that maybe don't meet each other all the time. It's got to be really cool to get a chance to write those interactions and write those meetings.
Yeah, we tried to find different unique interactions that necessarily wouldn't be found in the comics all the time, and just give these characters a moment to highlight their relationships. There are a lot of characters who have deep history together, and trying to fit that into the game was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Speaking of somebody who's fit into the game over here.
You can see through the window.
Cooking
tacos in there? It's Taco Tuesday, right? It's Tuesday.
No,
hopefully they'll have some tacos over there at the cafeteria.
Can we go out for tacos after this?
So Nick Fury is telling us to search the area, and over here we see an Infinity Rift. These are lead to things called Infinity Trials, which are kind of side missions. We're not going to go into those in this segment, but we are going to talk about them in our next segment. So we're just going to pass over that for now. There was a message earlier that we might have missed in all the action to meet the Beast behind the mansion, and he's going to be over here by the Blackbird.
There's my ride.
Yeah. Exiting in style.
What you got for us, Beast?
I do love every one of these little under the name introductions. They're very appropriate.
Yeah, we wanted to give everybody an intro where they were kind of summed up in a quick phrase in a fun, catchy way that you could get to the core of the character at the moment he was introduced or she was introduced. And so we put those in, and they seem to be going over quite well.
Yeah. So here's another chance to switch characters if we want.
Yeah.
Why not?
So did you have any characters you were particularly fond of that you found were especially fun to write for?
It did. I thought that Ms. Marvel was a lot of fun. That was a character that I hadn't had much chance to write before, and so getting to explore her voice a little bit was fun because she's a real new, positive, up-and-coming Marvel character that a lot of people really love, and I really enjoyed what character that was announced this morning, Elsa Bloodstone. She is a British monster hunter who is all the saucy. And she was great. And then I love writing Star-Lord and Rocket. Anytime I can get those two together in a scene, they steal the show from me. So
quality smarmy banter.
Yeah,
going
oh
on.
my goodness, so much fun.
So we're going to talk to Beast again. He took that Infinity Stone from the Hellfire Club, who I think we know has some powerful friends.
Yeah.
Collection?
He's
Keep hope alive.
All right, what's going on?
So I think someone's a little angry about it. And there goes another Blackbird. Again, like the mansion, we can repair that.
They've got a whole hangar full of them, luckily.
Just the spares. Bring out the next one.
Oh, my goodness.
and this can't be good.
That is a much larger Sentinel.
And he has one of the Infinity Stones. So the Infinity
that'll
Stones
work
are
out
in this game, but it's a completely unique story from any other game. It's unique for this game, so that's kind of cool.
And that
to
was
see.
really important to us as well.
Yeah.
We wanted to make sure that we weren't just rehashing a story that had already been told.
Yep.
And it's almost impossible with this group of characters to do that, because even if you tried to follow the track of Infinity War Endgame, you're adding the X-Men to it, you're adding the Defenders to it, and you wouldn't be doing them justice by just shoehorning them into an existing story.
Yeah.
So we wanted to create something new and fresh that everyone could enjoy for the first time.
Oh,
right.
Hey guys.
So cool. Colossus and Cyclops are going to help us out.
Okay. So now we gotta try to take
Okay.
out these enemies, and then so why don't we get?
What's our strategy here?
Psylocke.
Not
Ow.
getting hit.
Deal. Okay. Strat one. Don't get hit.
I am just gonna do the best I can. I picked Captain America, so I'm gonna brave everything.
One thing we could also do here is I think we have our Ultimate Alliance meters set
they
up
are
so we
full.
can do these.
Oh, yeah?
Just press L and R. We can do a whole bunch of damage here in this
Do it.
Ultimate Alliance Extreme. You can see we're just racking up the damage there on him, which is nice.
Let's take down this other Sentinel on the right.
And we've almost got his stagger gauge
Oh, get out
down
of there.
too.
Get out of there. Get out of there. Nope. 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 Nope.
There he goes. Okay, so let's help pilot on the big guy. Use
Coming
your
over.
abilities, we can get some synergies going.
All right.
Yeah. Well done.
All right. I see
Yeah,
a
we got him
core
on
over
half.
there somewhere. I'm gonna try to go pick it up. Is that it? I thought you got it.
You got it.
Yeah, get the core.
There we
Oh
go.
no 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 no.
Try to get out of the way. I'm gonna take
I'm gonna
out
stay
some
away
of
from
these
these blast areas for a
Sentinels
second.
here when I can.
Yeah, the small ones, it's good to get them, and then you can get more cores. Lethal force authorized, you think?
Nope. 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 Nope.
Ow. I'm just going to hit his foot.
I'm gonna get these little guys out of the way.
You can see where they're dropping these items that are going to help us power up our characters.
I see another one. Pick it up.
Yeah, throw that core at him. There
we go.
Yeah, he's gone.
Nice.
Those
We're gonna
Infinity
really-
Stones aren't that powerful.
Oh, yeah. Well, a Sentinel just doesn't know how to use them.
Hopefully they don't fall into the wrong hands.
It does not compute.
They're no match for our teamwork. I
That's
guess
right. This isn't our first Sentinel rodeo.
Oh, that's a lot of mutants.
There's all the mutants.
Uh-oh.
Oh, well.
That seems like a poor design flaw.
Something's taking them apart, and the parts are floating.
It's not the Power Stone.
Oh, boy.
When has following you ever done our kind any good?
So the thing that's awesome about this game, you never know who's going to show up next.
Yeah.
It's just always this really cool surprise, like, are they going to join me? Are they not? What's going on?
Yeah, there's so many villains and heroes.
Yeah, and this morning in the Direct, we got to show a lot more of the villains, which was
Yeah.
really fun.
Yeah.
MODOK and Hela and Surtur and the Destroyer
Yes.
and Doc Ock. So
Yeah.
the roster of villains is growing too, which is exciting.
Yeah, and the cool thing I like about the villains is just that each one sort of has their own way to defeat them,
Mhm.
I'll say, without giving away too much.
Yeah, the choices on the costume design are really interesting too, looking at some of those classic characters and
Yeah.
some of the ones we have who are newer. We've got a real interesting mix. If you've maybe seen the character in one context, you might not recognize some of these older costumes
Right.
or things that maybe didn't show up in the movies, but it's a really just cool walk down memory lane for a Marvel fan.
Yeah, it's kind of a synthesis of all of those different mediums that they've appeared in. You know, we wanted to kind of distill them down to their core and make sure that we had the best possible version of each character that everyone would enjoy and recognize.
Here's Colossus meeting with Magneto.
It's a bad
Seems
team
like
up.
that happens all the time. Oh, and there they go. They'll be fine.
I feel like one of them will be fine. The other one's kind of fleshy, meaty bones.
Yeah.
I'm a little worried about
Colossus stands a
Cyclops.
better chance of a safe landing.
He's got a hard head.
No.
As long as he lands on that, I'll be okay.
This is why I think if I was ever a mutant, I'd probably be a bad guy, because I would just want to talk trash and throw people around.
You want to
Like,
monologue?
like one person, but
Me too.
they get to say the coolest stuff.
All right, so let's see if we can't convince the Magneto to join the Alliance. He's with Juggernaut and Mystique, which is going to make it probably pretty
Very
difficult
hard.
where we're at right now.
I'm going to convince you with my
But we can
fists and my claws.
practice.
There we go.
There we
Oh, we stunned him. Very good.
Nice.
Come on, get a movie.
All right, we're getting there.
No.
Nope.
Well, there's no way to beat him right now, but that may change when we get more powerful. This is
Clearly apparent right there.
We're not convincing enough.
So now it's
And I
gonna.
will watch as all that they hold dear crumbles to the ground.
Oh,
Leave
not
the
the
mansion
mansion.
alone.
See what I mean? He says the coolest stuff.
Yeah,
No.
yeah. Villains have all the good lines.
Juggernaut. Nothing can stop him.
Oh yeah, that was right. It's almost like he wrote that. So here's kind of going to be a challenging part where we need to run from the Juggernaut through this debris field of the mansion, and
Wolverine is short. No, it's slow. Come on, buddy. Run. Where are you jumping?
I think
boy.
Psylocke's down. It's up to you, Cap.
Oh no, I'm out.
Oh gosh.
Cap,
Get it closer. Oh no. Oh, did he get me? Oh, he got me. No.
What?
Well, this is somewhere where maybe if we'd chosen a more agile
yeah, why don't we go
character.
back to a shield point and we'll pick some
rethink
characters who
our
might
loadout here.
be better at fleeing from.
Splattered me into the wall.
Yeah,
And with such a large
unstoppable.
roster, luckily there's a character
Yeah.
for every situation.
And actually, the mobility side of it's really interesting because some of the characters can fly, some of them are web slingers,
Yeah.
and it actually really changes your mobility, even as far as who has a double jump, who doesn't, what they do when they're up in the air. But that kind of flexibility is something that's really useful to keep in mind when you're thinking about a moment like that.
Absolutely.
All right, so let's go in here and
All
switch
right.
to some more mobile characters.
Okay. And then I will switch to Thor, because Thor can fly.
Yeah,
So I'll
Thor's a good
take
choice.
Thor.
The spider characters are good.
I got Miles.
Some of that's yeah, the Miles.
All right.
All right, everybody press B. and
Venom.
we'll give this another try. We can do it.
Honestly, this guy's just my boy anyway. I want to see him. in
Oh yeah,
action.
Venom's awesome.
We're getting lots of team bonuses too. That's cool.
Yeah. All right, let's go back to the.
The team of snappy dressers.
All right, we'll just talk to him, talk to Beast again. The trigger. Oh, we may have to lose to Magneto again.
Oh, we can take him. We got some burly
This time we got
characters, so we
stronger
should be all right.
characters.
We got this.
Oh, we can.
Can we skip this?
Yeah, we can skip it.
Okay.
So, Mark, I know you've been writing Marvel comics for years, and you've had a chance to work with a lot of these franchises. Before that, you were actually a Marvel editor as well.
I was.
I imagine that skill set really comes into play when you're trying to manage such a large project and such a large roster.
It does, having that ability to balance where everybody is in the story at the same time was something we needed to do in editorial a lot because we'd be overseeing 10, 15 books a month.
And where
we
is
have to
everybody
know
right
in
now?
an Avengers title where Captain America and Thor were going to be that month in their own books. So being able to take all of these characters and keep a constant eye on them while I was putting together this story, it was very helpful to have that background.
There we go. Sorry, I'm so focused on beating this guy.
Yeah, we got to get.
I was staggered. I'm all right.
Good. We got a lot of synergies going on.
Good, good. Come on, symbiote. There we go.
Let me get in here. All right, should we take these smaller sentinels out first?
Yeah, let's get rid of
Get
them.
their cores.
Yeah, that'll really help. There's one. I see a core.
Oh, no.
Oof. Ow.
Swing out of here for a little bit.
Okay. There we go. Get this other guy. Jump in the air. Oh! Oh, Thor down.
What?
Thor down. I got bombed on.
I gotcha.
My bad.
All right, then. Venom cares.
And there we go.
You're
We're
back.
good. We're back. We're back. Look out for the surrounding fire there.
Oh, get out of there.
Okay,
You can
now
dodge.
we're good. Ooh. Okay, let's get back in there.
I think we got him. Let's do the Ultimate Alliance. and get
Yeah.
him.
Got it. Get all that
Way
damage.
I think that he won't like that. All right.
There we go. A lot quicker.
Everybody level up too. We
Now
got
we just
rare
gotta deal
items.
with Juggernaut.
It was worth it.
All right, let's
We
get
got more
this.
experience points.
Let's
Yeah.
get back to where we were.
Yeah.
We got this.
Skip some cinemas.
Okay.
All right, try to persuade you. We already know it's gonna happen. It's all right.
If we couldn't,
Just jump right in there. All right.
come on.
Should we try and see if we can take down
Oh,
Juggernaut?
it's fun.
Oh, okay.
You can see Mystique throws out these explosive grenades that are trouble.
Almost.
So the characters all have a good variety of attack patterns, and I love how that captures, the same kind of things that they would do in the actual comics.
Aww.
All right,
Hope you
skip.
at school.
All right, yep. skip that.
Okay.
All right, we can do this.
Here we go. We got this, guys.
Juggernaut, take two.
I think he just kind of took us by surprise, even though we've done this before.
Just gonna swing out of here.
Gotta watch out for chandeliers,
Oh no, I got
though.
stuck on the chandelier.
Watch out for chandeliers. He has like a shockwave in front of him too that you have to watch out
man. He is just getting us. Come on,
for.
you
we
guys got it.
though. I got it.
Keep going, keep going.
All right, so here's the payoff.
Juggernaut is no joke.
We're just in time for tacos.
I sincerely hope you practice
That's
this
the
out
money
loud
shot
while you're
right there.
right.
That's the
Like,
money shot.
Taco song is working.
Yes. In the mirror, I sang that many mornings.
Your family's just like, what's wrong with you?
Okay, that's it. Someone's about to get a kick square in the chimichurri.
Wade's got to be fun
Such
to
a
write
great
for.
guy.
He was.
Oh, and then why? The mansion didn't do it.
More patchwork.
Clean up and I'll next.
All right.
Will destroy you.
Oh, okay.
I think one of
the
us
nice
is
thing about
knocked out.
The nice thing about Deadpool is that he didn't seem to care that the X-Men mansion was getting attacked by Sentinels or by Magneto,
no.
but when somebody ruined his tacos,
Priorities.
he's joining the fight.
Mhm.
Do you want to switch characters? Like, yeah.
Yeah.
I think I want to stay
Sure.
with Captain Marvel, but
Oh, we can stick with these then for a little bit. We didn't
I
spend
think
too
I'm
much
going to
time
switch
with
out to somebody with a little bit of more brute strength.
Yeah,
'cause I know
I'll
Juggernaut's coming up.
Yeah, I'll stick with Thor then.
them. I might stick with my boy here.
All
He
right.
makes me happy.
all right, we're ready.
Yeah, we're ready. Drax.
Drax.
Wants pizza.
I'll take pizza. we got pizza?
I thought we were
Well,
having
the tacos are ruined, so we got to
Tacos
order
are
something.
All right, so we got to go to chase Deadpool and Juggernaut.
And I don't. Oh, we're gonna talk much about this, or are we just gonna
We're
let folks
just going
wonder
to run
about
past it,
that?
but that's a little box that's kind of locked behind a force field that you need special abilities to unlock. We're going to leave that to players to figure out.
All right. Okay, rematch with Juggernaut. We got this.
All right.
No, get out of the way.
Yeah, when he's charging
Nope,
like
nope.
that, yeah, there you go.
There we go.
All right, pile it on now. Yeah.
Come on. Oh. One thing I do love about this game is honestly, no matter who you play, you just get to feel so awesome. Just throwing these abilities around and playing as your favorite characters, it's just a blast.
Yeah, and with each of the characters having 4 different abilities, you can always switch it up while you're playing. It's just a lot of fun to try out their different attributes.
We're stunning him.
Got
He's
it.
just not having a good day.
Oh, I think is he about to charge again?
Yeah.
Uh-uh.
There he goes. Fly in the air.
Web slinging is so awesome.
There
Okay.
we go.
Come here,
Pile
you.
it on.
Yeah, oh yeah. Thor, I like that simultaneous Thor and Captain Marvel just descending from the sky.
Look out for his
Oh, we will
punch.
try.
Oh, we are trying.
Uh-oh.
That punch again.
Nope, nope, nope. Get out of here.
Oh, so close. Oh, yeah. There we go.
We got him. Almost. Uh-oh.
No, no, no.
Oh, that's on all three of you?
I was too.
I'm good.
I was too overconfident.
Oh, I'm trying. Oh, no.
No, we can do this.
I'm
Swing
down.
around, Venom, swing.
Just revive us instead now.
Your
Okay, I'm
only
coming,
hope,
coming,
Venom.
coming. Venom recovery service en route. Don't,
got this.
Do
You
not
got
touch
this.
me until I've got them up. Oh, wait. I'm trying to get Drax over here if you can get him up.
I got Captain Marvel.
You're
Yeah.
good.
Thank you.
Oh.
I'm healing here. What are you doing? That was
He's almost
rude.
there.
Now I'm out.
Okay.
Man,
Oh, he's so tough. So
Yep.
good, though.
take him out.
Almost there. We almost got him. Oh, there we go. Got
Nice.
him.
Nice.
Good job, guys.
We did it. We stopped the unstoppable Juggernaut.
Thor is mightier.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
Oh, this
Cyclops
Cyclops
is back.
Yeah,
he
he's
survived.
Looks relatively
He's
unbruised.
fine.
Oh, can you bring us back, guys?
Nope, we're out.
Gonna leave us
Look at
behind.
you.
He's running after us.
You think you cannot be stopped, Tovarish?
This is a classic battle.
We'll let them do their thing.
We'll see them later. Oh, and now
Alright.
finally.
Gotta avenge Taco Tuesday properly.
All right.
Okay.
Are we okay with these characters? Want to switch one more time?
Let's switch them up, maybe.
All right.
Sure thing. Go into the hero select.
Yeah. Come on.
All right.
All right, who are you guys thinking?
I will be. Oh gosh, so many good characters.
I might actually grab Deadpool.
Yeah, I was gonna say someone should grab.
I'm gonna do Rocket and Groot.
Oh, that's a good idea.
All right, I'll be Star Lord.
Wolverine.
Rocket and Groot are really interesting too because their attack combinations are really unusual, I think, since there's actually two characters
Right,
in one
yeah,
there.
so Rocket does the bombs and the guns, and Groot's got his arms and his vines to attack with, so they get to have a lot of interesting combinations while they fight.
We're into a secure location. Also, Wolverine's interesting because one of his abilities is regeneration. So not all the abilities are necessarily attack abilities. Some of them are kind of more supportive or defensive.
Hey, Cyclops saved us. Oh no.
I thought he was fine, but
Cyclops,
apparently
no.
not.
He's still in the forest somewhere trying to find his way home.
He's on break. He's on break.
And the secure location is the danger room. I don't know
Very safe
why we
place.
fell for that one.
All right. Okay, here we go. Survive danger.
Deal.
Let's do this.
So here we
get
go.
in here.
And the
There's
cool thing
so
about the
many-
Danger Room is it can generate any environment. So it looks like we've got background here maybe from Wakanda, but we've got prisoners from the raft that we're fighting. So it's a mix and match of different elements from different parts.
And I think throughout the game as you're playing, learning the different tells of different kind of enemies, every time you encounter a new either type of minion or a type of boss character, you really want to start paying attention to what they're doing so you can start learning those tells.
Yeah,
absolutely.
And you can see those synergy lines are just popping up all over the place because this team, I think, has a lot of great synergies. I love how you can just kind of with Wolverine, you can just kind of juggle these guys across the screen. I get a little carried away here.
Nice.
Oh, yes.
Oh, I'm in.
Why not?
I'm on it.
Mess him up.
Avoid sphere. That sounds powerful. Oh, we've got another way.
Okay.
So we're not. I don't think we're gonna be able to get through all of this, but
Shadowland.
we can.
Should we do a little bit more?
Yeah, we can do a little bit more.
Okay.
Right.
Playing a Star Lord is so fun. It's got some really cool like air
I could
combos
honestly
and
just
stuff.
keep doing this all day. All right, get him, Wade.
Fire tornado.
Oh,
Yeah, see, there's a plane, added a plane element to
Yeah.
whirlwind attack.
Has anybody got Rocket and Groot?
I'm trying to, but these guys won't stop punching
Oh, that's
me.
because you're knocked out. Or Groot is knocked out.
Groot's knocked out. I'm trying to get him here, but these guys
Oh, I
won't
see.
back off.
All right, Wolverine, get in there.
Oh, man, stop punching me.
Yeah, that's fine.
I'm trying to be helpful. All right, here we go.
Wolverine is just so fast. He just goes across the screen. Like, whoa, buddy.
Thanks
Yeah,
for trying.
Oh, I'm going to do this. One way or another. There we go. Okay, we're back.
I got knocked down.
I got you.
Oh, they don't call it the danger room.
Me too. Wait, okay. Almost done.
That was the
All
same
right, you're
bomb
up.
that did me in, so.
These guys are jerks.
Ah.
All right, I think that might be close. Or we got a little time.
Whoa.
We got a few more minutes.
Nah, it's okay.
Can we?
Can we? Do we have it? Do we have it?
Well, I guess as we're wrapping up,
We should wrap up.
any kind of final thoughts you want to share with viewers? I know it's pretty exciting to finally be able to talk about this game and show it off.
It's great to finally get it out there and to have more and more announcements of characters that are added to the roster and new villains and new locations. I think it's really exciting. And this morning, the expansion pass got announced where there's more
Yes.
content coming in the fall with Marvel Knights and the X-Men and the Fantastic Four.
My favorites.
So the roster's growing and growing, and lots of fan favorite characters getting added into the series. So we're really excited to introduce not only some classic characters but some brand new ones to the franchise.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I think that wraps it up for Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3, The Black Order. Stay tuned for a new trailer for a different game. Also, after that, we're going to have Super Mario Maker 2 with Takashi Tezuka. So that's coming up next. We'll see you soon.
Thanks for coming.